Welcome. Feel free to relax and drift away to some soothing Marvel lore. In the vast reaches of space, a cataclysmic event unfolds as the mad Titan Thanos emerges from the wreckage of a cosmic explosion. Clad in the cosmic might of the Infinity Gauntlet, adorned with 6 infinity gems, power, mind, space, reality, time, and soul, Thanos stands as a god among mortals, his every whim shaping the fabric of reality itself. Thanos' obsession with Mistress Death, the embodiment of death itself, drives his every action. With the Infinity Gauntlet in his possession, he seeks to impress and win the favor of his unattainable beloved. The opening scenes depict Thanos constructing a colossal shrine in space, a macabre testament to his devotion to Mistress Death. Skulls and symbols of death adorn the shrine, reflecting Thanos' dark and unrelenting desire. Despite his godlike power, Thanos is haunted by Mistress Death's silent rejection. He confesses his undying love and devotion to her, explaining that his quest for the Infinity Gems was an attempt to prove his worthiness. However, Mistress Death remains aloof and indifferent to his grand gestures. In a bold and fateful move to earn Mistress Death's affection, Thanos decides to fulfill her unspoken wish to bring balance to the universe by erasing half of all sentient life with a snap of his fingers. With a gesture that reverberates across galaxies, half of the universe's population disintegrates into dust, their existence reduced to nothingness in an instant. The consequences of Thanos' snap are felt across countless worlds. On Earth, chaos ensues as loved ones and allies vanish before the eyes of heroes and civilians alike. Spider-Man swings through the streets of New York City, witnessing the heartbreaking disappearance of friends and strangers alike. The weight of loss and despair hangs heavy as heroes like the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and others grapple with the sudden absence of their comrades. Meanwhile, in the mystical confines of the Sanctum Sanctorum, Doctor Strange meditates, sensing the cosmic disturbances caused by Thanos' actions. His contemplation is interrupted by the arrival of the Silver Surfer, herald of cosmic calamity. The Surfer, gravely injured and desperate, warns Strange of the impending doom brought by Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. Across the universe, Adam Warlock awakens within the Soul World, a realm within the Soul Gem itself. Alongside him are his companions, Pip the Troll and Gamora. Warlock, with his deep connection to the Soul Gem, perceives the imbalance in the universe and understands the existential threat posed by Thanos. Back on Titan, Thanos revels in his newfound power, accompanied by his brother Star Fox and his granddaughter Nebula. Star Fox, once known for his charm and charisma, is rendered mute by Thanos' will. Nebula, tortured and mutilated by Thanos, serves as a grim reminder of his ruthlessness. Mephisto, the demon lord of the underworld, senses the shift in cosmic power and offers his allegiance to Thanos. He seeks to exploit the chaos and gain favor with the mad Titan, despite Thanos' wariness of Mephisto's treacherous nature. Thanos' quest for Mistress Death's affection drives him to further displays of power. He reshapes reality on a cosmic scale, creating celestial monuments and altering the fabric of existence itself to impress his elusive love. Yet, Mistress Death remains unmoved, her silence fueling Thanos' frustration and despair. Adam Warlock reaches out to Doctor Strange and the Silver Surfer, uniting cosmic and earthly forces against the looming threat of Thanos. Warlock, burdened with knowledge and foresight, begins to formulate a plan to confront the mad Titan and reclaim the Infinity Gauntlet. The universe reels from the aftermath of Thanos' devastating snap. Half of all sentient life has vanished, plunging countless worlds into chaos and despair. In the vast reaches of space, the Watcher, Watu, observes the unfolding catastrophe with deep concern. Though bound by his oath of non-interference, the magnitude of the tragedy weighs heavily upon him. On Earth, the remaining heroes struggle to comprehend the enormity of their loss. In New York City, Spider-Man swings through the streets, haunted by the sudden disappearance of those he holds dear, including Mary Jane and Aunt May. He is overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness and sorrow. At Avengers Mansion, the remaining Avengers gather to assess the situation. Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and others are present, mourning the loss of their teammates and allies. The atmosphere is somber, and tensions are high as they try to determine their next course of action. Doctor Strange, having received the Silver Surfer's dire warning, uses his magic to summon the remaining heroes. Through a mystical portal, key figures such as Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Wolverine, and Scarlet which are brought together at the Sanctum Sanctorum. They convene to discuss the looming threat posed by Thanos. The Silver Surfer, still recovering from his ordeal, recounts his encounter with Thanos and the overwhelming power of the Infinity Gauntlet. His voice is filled with urgency and desperation as he conveys the severity of the situation. The heroes listen intently, realizing they face an enemy of unprecedented power. Adam Warlock arrives, making a dramatic entrance and immediately assuming leadership. His presence exudes authority and wisdom, quickly earning the trust of the gathered heroes. Warlock explains the nature of the Infinity Gems and the extent of Thanos' power. He reveals that the Infinity Gauntlet grants Thanos absolute control over all aspects of reality, making him nearly omnipotent. The heroes are initially skeptical, struggling to grasp the full extent of Thanos' power. However, Warlock's calm and confident demeanor convinces them of the gravity of the situation. He outlines a plan to confront Thanos, emphasizing the need for a coordinated and strategic approach. Despite their initial doubts, the heroes agree to follow Warlock's lead, recognizing that he may be their only hope. Meanwhile, Thanos continues to flaunt his power. In the depths of space, he creates a massive, elaborate throne surrounded by a cosmic shrine dedicated to Mistress Death. The throne room is adorned with skulls and other macabre symbols, reflecting Thanos' obsession with death and destruction. He remains fixated on winning the favor of Mistress Death, who continues to spurn his advances. Mephisto, ever the opportunist, remains at Thanos' side, offering counsel and flattery. He tries to ingratiate himself with Thanos, hoping to gain a share of his power. Thanos, however, remains wary of Mephisto's intentions and keeps him at arm's length. Thanos' frustration grows as Mistress Death continues to ignore him. In an effort to impress her, he decides to further demonstrate his power. He creates a series of cosmic cataclysms, altering the fabric of reality and causing widespread destruction. Planets are torn apart, stars are extinguished, and entire civilizations are wiped out in an instant. The cosmic entities, sensing the disturbance, gather to discuss the threat posed by Thanos. Among them are Eternity, Galactus, Kronos, the Living Tribunal, and others. They are ancient, powerful beings who oversee the balance of the universe. The meeting is tense, with each entity expressing their concerns about Thanos' unchecked power. Eternity, the embodiment of the universe itself, argues that Thanos' actions threaten the very fabric of reality. Galactus, the world devourer, sees Thanos as a challenge to his own power and authority. The Living Tribunal, the ultimate arbiter of cosmic justice, contemplates intervening but remains undecided. The cosmic entities agree that Thanos must be stopped, but they are unsure how to proceed. Back on Earth, Warlock continues to rally the heroes. he reveals that he has a deeper plan involving not just the heroes, but also the cosmic entities. Warlock's connection to the Soul Gem gives him unique insights into the nature of the Infinity Gauntlet, and he believes that a coordinated effort between the heroes and the cosmic entities may be their only chance of success. The heroes prepare for the upcoming battle. Captain America addresses the assembled heroes, delivering a rousing speech that emphasizes the importance of their mission and the stakes involved. Despite their fears and doubts, the heroes are resolute and determined to confront Thanos and save the universe. In the aftermath of Thanos' devastating snap and subsequent displays of power, the universe stands on the brink of annihilation. Across galaxies, planets mourn the loss of loved ones and struggle to comprehend the cataclysmic events unfolding. On Earth, heroes and civilians alike grapple with the aftermath. In New York City, Spider-Man swings through the city streets, haunted by the disappearance of friends and strangers alike. The X-Men mourn the loss of their teammates, while the Fantastic Four confront the harsh reality of a universe thrown into chaos. Amidst this turmoil, Adam Warlock takes charge of assembling a coalition of heroes to confront Thanos. With Doctor Strange, the Silver Surfer, and other key figures, Warlock formulates a plan to challenge the Mad Titan's absolute power. The heroes gather at the Sanctum Sanctorum, their resolve strengthened by the urgency of the situation and the enormity of the threat posed by Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. Meanwhile, Thanos revels in his newfound omnipotence. He reshapes reality at will, creating grandiose monuments and altering the cosmic landscape to suit his whims. Nebula and Star Fox, imprisoned and tortured by Thanos, serve as grim reminders of his cruelty and unyielding desire for Mistress Death's approval. Mephisto, ever the opportunist, continues to advise and flatter Thanos, hoping to exploit the chaos for his own gain. Despite his outward loyalty, Thanos remains wary of Mephisto's intentions, keeping the Demon Lord at arm's length while plotting his next move to impress Mistress Death. The heroes, led by Adam Warlock, launch their assault on Thanos' fortress. Armed with determination and a desperate hope, they confront the Mad Titan in a cosmic battle that shakes the very foundations of reality. Thor unleashes the power of Mjolnir, while Iron Man employs his technological prowess in an attempt to breach Thanos' defenses. Despite their valiant efforts, the heroes are no match for Thanos' godlike power. The Mad Titan effortlessly repels their attacks, demonstrating the overwhelming might of the Infinity Gauntlet. Captain America leads the charge with unwavering courage, rallying his allies in the face of certain defeat. As the battle rages on, Adam Warlock observes Thanos' behavior and begins to discern cracks in the Mad Titan's facade of invincibility. Thanos' arrogance and overconfidence become his undoing as he underestimates the determination and resourcefulness of his adversaries. In a pivotal moment, Nebula, who has suffered immensely at Thanos' hands, seizes an opportunity to wrest control of the Infinity Gauntlet from him. With a surge of willpower, Nebula claims the gauntlet and unleashes its unimaginable power upon the universe. In an instant, Nebula reshapes reality, undoing Thanos' actions and restoring the universe to its previous state. The heroes, once lost to the snap, are resurrected, their return marked by a renewed sense of purpose and determination. With the Infinity Gauntlet in her possession, Nebula succumbs to the temptation of ultimate power. Her transformation is swift and terrifying, as she embraces the mantle of tyrant and seeks to impose her will upon the universe. Adam Warlock, ever the strategist, sees an opportunity amidst the chaos. Drawing upon his connection to the Soul Gem, he enters the Soul World and orchestrates a plan to retrieve the Infinity Gauntlet from Nebula's grasp. The issue concludes with the heroes and cosmic entities regrouping, their resolve strengthened by the realization that Nebula's newfound power poses a threat even greater than Thanos himself. As they prepare for the next phase of their battle against cosmic tyranny, the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. The universe reels from the aftermath of Nebula's sudden acquisition of the Infinity Gauntlet. With newfound power coursing through her veins, Nebula reshapes reality to her whims, imposing her will upon the cosmos with ruthless efficiency. On Earth, chaos ensues as Nebula's actions send shockwaves across dimensions. Cities tremble, and civilizations teeter on the brink of collapse under the weight of her unchecked power. The surviving heroes, led by Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange, and the Silver Surfer, convene once more to devise a strategy to confront Nebula and reclaim the Infinity Gauntlet. Nebula, intoxicated by her newfound godhood, revels in her dominance over reality. She creates grandiose palaces and celestial monuments, each more extravagant than the last, as a testament to her absolute power. Yet beneath her facade of confidence lies a simmering insecurity, a fear that her grip on omnipotence may be more tenuous than she dares to admit. Meanwhile, Thanos, stripped of the Infinity Gauntlet and held captive by Nebula, broods over his defeat. Bound and powerless, Thanos is forced to confront his own mortality and the consequences of his obsession with Mistress Death. His arrogance shattered, Thanos contemplates his next move, seeking redemption or revenge in equal measure. As Nebula's reign of terror spreads across the cosmos, cosmic entities and ancient beings alike take notice. Eternity, the embodiment of the universe itself, watches with growing concern as Nebula's actions threaten to unravel the fabric of reality. The Living Tribunal, the ultimate arbiter of cosmic justice, contemplates intervention, recognizing the existential threat posed by Nebula's unchecked power. Back on Earth, Adam Warlock devises a daring plan to confront Nebula and reclaim the Infinity Gauntlet. With the aid of Doctor Strange's mystical abilities and the Silver Surfer's cosmic prowess, Warlock leads a coalition of heroes in a desperate assault on Nebula's stronghold. The battle that ensues is nothing short of epic. Heroes clash with cosmic forces as reality itself bends and warps under Nebula's command. Thor unleashes thunderous lightning, Captain America leads the charge with unwavering resolve, and Scarlet Witch channels chaos magic to disrupt Nebula's control over the Infinity Gauntlet. In a pivotal moment, Adam Warlock confronts Nebula directly, challenging her grip on reality and appealing to her fractured sense of identity. Warlock's words strike a chord within Nebula, stirring memories of her tortured past and the person she once was before succumbing to the temptations of power. As Nebula wavers, the heroes launch a coordinated assault, exploiting weaknesses in her concentration and resolve. Doctor Strange weaves spells of binding, the Silver Surfer unleashes cosmic blasts, and the combined might of Earth's heroes pushes Nebula to the brink of defeat. In a climactic showdown, Nebula's hold on the Infinity Gauntlet begins to falter. The cosmic forces within the Gauntlet rebel against her control, sensing an opportunity to break free from her grasp. With a surge of willpower and determination, Adam Warlock seizes the moment, reaching into the Soul Gem and reclaiming the Infinity Gauntlet from Nebula's weakening grasp. With the Infinity Gauntlet restored to its rightful owner, Adam Warlock faces a moment of truth. He is tempted by the vast power at his disposal, but understands the responsibility that comes with wielding such cosmic might. With a solemn vow, Warlock pledges to use the Infinity Gauntlet wisely and judiciously, ensuring that balance is restored to the universe. The issue concludes with the heroes and cosmic entities regrouping, their victory tempered by the knowledge that the struggle against cosmic threats is far from over. As they prepare for the challenges ahead, they reaffirm their commitment to protecting the universe from those who would seek to wield power for selfish gain. The universe hangs in the balance as Adam Warlock, now wielding the restored Infinity Gauntlet, grapples with the immense responsibility and power it entails. With the cosmic entities and Earth's heroes by his side, Warlock embarks on a journey to restore order and undo the chaos wrought by Nebula's brief reign of terror. Across galaxies, worlds begin to heal as the effects of Nebula's reality-altering actions are reversed. The survivors of Thanos' snap are restored to existence, their return marked by moments of joy and reunification amidst the lingering scars of loss and devastation. Nebula, stripped of the Infinity Gauntlet and facing judgment for her crimes, is imprisoned by the cosmic forces. Her reign of terror comes to an abrupt end as she confronts the consequences of her pursuit of power and vengeance. On Earth, heroes and civilians alike grapple with the aftermath of the cosmic conflict. The Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and other allies come together to rebuild and forge a path forward in the wake of unprecedented upheaval. Meanwhile, Thanos, once again a prisoner of his own ambition, reflects on his role in the cosmic drama. Bound and powerless, Thanos confronts his obsession with Mistress Death and the devastating consequences of his actions. His journey of redemption or damnation unfolds amidst the backdrop of a universe forever changed by the events set in motion by his quest for ultimate power. As peace begins to settle across the cosmos, Adam Warlock convenes a gathering of cosmic entities and key figures to discuss the future of the universe. Eternity, the Living Tribunal, Galactus, and others contemplate the lessons learned from the Infinity Gauntlet saga, recognizing the fragility of existence and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. With the Infinity Gauntlet safely secured and under Adam Warlock's guardianship, the cosmic balance is restored. Warlock vows to use the Infinity Gauntlet judiciously, ensuring that its power is wielded for the greater good and not for personal gain or ambition. The issue concludes with a sense of hope and renewal as the universe begins to rebuild and heal from the scars of war. Heroes stand united, cosmic entities maintain their vigil, and the legacy of the Infinity Gauntlet saga serves as a reminder of the enduring strength of courage, sacrifice, and resilience in the face of insurmountable odds. The culmination of cosmic conflict reaches its apex as Adam Warlock, wielding the restored Infinity Gauntlet, faces the ultimate test of will and determination. With the fate of the universe hanging in the balance, Warlock and his allies confront the lingering aftermath of Nebula's brief and devastating reign. Across galaxies, the effects of Nebula's reality-altering actions begin to unravel. Worlds shattered by cosmic cataclysms are restored to their former glory, and the survivors of Thanos' snap are resurrected, their return marked by moments of joy and relief amidst the lingering scars of loss and devastation. Nebula, stripped of the Infinity Gauntlet and held captive by cosmic forces, faces judgment for her crimes. Her reign of terror comes to a dramatic and definitive end as she confronts the consequences of her misguided pursuit of power and vengeance. On Earth, heroes and civilians alike grapple with the aftermath of the cosmic conflict. The Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and other allies come together to rebuild shattered cities and offer aid to those in need, forging a path forward amidst unprecedented upheaval. Meanwhile, Thanos, once again a prisoner of his own ambition, reflects on his role in the cosmic drama. Bound and powerless, Thanos confronts the consequences of his obsession with Mistress Death and the devastating impact of his actions on the universe. His journey of redemption or damnation unfolds amidst the backdrop of a universe forever changed by the events set in motion by his quest for ultimate power. As peace begins to settle across the cosmos, Adam Warlock convenes a gathering of cosmic entities and key figures to discuss the future of the universe. Eternity, the Living Tribunal, Galactus, and others contemplate the lessons learned from the Infinity Gauntlet saga, recognizing the fragility of existence and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. With the Infinity Gauntlet safely secured and under Adam Warlock's guardianship, the cosmic balance is restored. Warlock vows to use the Infinity Gauntlet judiciously, ensuring that its power is wielded for the greater good and not for personal gain or ambition. The issue culminates in a moment of reflection and renewal as the universe begins to rebuild and heal from the scars of war. Heroes stand united, cosmic entities maintain their vigil, and the legacy of the Infinity Gauntlet saga serves as a reminder of the enduring strength of courage, sacrifice, and resilience in the face of insurmountable odds. The events leading to civil war are set in motion by a tragic incident in Stamford, Connecticut, involving a reality TV show featuring young superheroes called the New Warriors. During a televised confrontation with a group of supervillains led by Nitro, a battle erupts that goes disastrously wrong. Nitro, using his explosive powers, triggers a massive explosion that levels a nearby school, killing hundreds of civilians, including children. The public outcry and political fallout from the Stamford incident are immediate and profound, sparking a national debate on the accountability and regulation of superpowered individuals. In response to the tragedy, the United States government swiftly proposes the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA. The SHRA mandates that all individuals with superhuman abilities must register with the government, disclose their secret identities, and undergo proper training and oversight. Supporters of the SHRA, led by Tony Stark, Iron Man, argue that regulation and accountability are necessary to prevent future tragedies like Stamford. Stark, a billionaire industrialist and public superhero, believes in working within the system to ensure the safety of both civilians and superheroes. Opponents of the SHRA, led by Steve Rogers, Captain America, view the legislation as a violation of civil liberties and personal freedoms. Rogers, a World War II veteran and symbol of American ideals, argues that superheroes should not be forced to reveal their secret identities and work under government control, which could compromise their ability to act independently and protect innocent lives. The divide between pro-registration and anti-registration factions deepens within the superhero community. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, and Hank Pym, Ant-Man, support Stark's stance, believing that regulation is necessary to prevent unchecked power and ensure accountability. Conversely, heroes like Luke Cage, Power Man, Falcon, and Hercules rally behind Captain America, defending personal freedom and opposing government interference in superhero affairs. The controversy surrounding the SHRA intensifies as public opinion sways between support for security measures and concerns over civil liberties. The superhero community becomes increasingly polarized, with friendships and alliances tested as heroes choose sides based on their principles and beliefs. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, political maneuvering and lobbying efforts shape the legislative process. Influential figures such as Maria Hill of SHIELD and Henry Peter Gyrick advocate for the SHRA's implementation, citing national security and public safety as primary concerns. The prelude to civil war sets the stage for a dramatic and morally complex conflict that will ultimately redefine the superhero landscape. As tensions escalate and battle lines are drawn, both sides prepare for a showdown that will determine the future of the superhero community and the fate of the Superhuman Registration Act. in the wake of the devastating incident in Stamford, Connecticut, where the new Warriors' clash with supervillains resulted in a catastrophic explosion, the Marvel Universe reels from the loss of hundreds of innocent lives, including children. The public outcry and political pressure reach a fever pitch, demanding accountability and regulation of superpowered individuals. The United States government swiftly responds by proposing the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA. This legislation mandates that individuals with superhuman abilities must register with the government, disclose their secret identities, and undergo training and oversight. The goal is to monitor and regulate superheroes to prevent future catastrophes like Stamford, ensuring accountability and public safety. Tony Stark, publicly known as Iron Man and head of Stark Industries, emerges as a staunch advocate for the SHRA. Stark believes that regulation and oversight are necessary to prevent superpowered individuals from operating with unchecked power, potentially causing more harm than good. He argues that superheroes should work within the law to protect both civilians and their fellow heroes, using their abilities responsibly. On the other side of the debate stands Steve Rogers, Captain America, the living embodiment of American ideals and freedom. Rogers vehemently opposes the SHRA, viewing it as a violation of civil liberties and personal freedoms. He argues that superheroes should not be forced to reveal their secret identities or work under government control, which could compromise their ability to act independently and swiftly in the face of threats. The divide within the superhero community becomes palpable as alliances fracture and friendships are tested. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, of the Fantastic Four supports Stark's stance on regulation, believing in the need for accountability and oversight to prevent future tragedies. Other heroes, like Luke Cage, Power Man, Falcon, and Hercules, rally behind Captain America, defending personal freedom and opposing what they see as government overreach into superhero affairs. Tensions escalate when a group of unregistered superheroes, including Spider-Man, Peter Parker, confronts government agents attempting to enforce the SHRA. A clash ensues, showcasing the raw power and personal stakes involved in the conflict. The battle underscores the deep-seated ideological differences and ethical dilemmas faced by superheroes on both sides of the debate, with casualties and destruction highlighting the urgency of the situation. Meanwhile, key players on both sides strategize and mobilize support. Stark forms the pro-registration side, known as the pro-registration movement, which includes heroes like Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers, Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff, and the newly recruited Spider-Man. They believe in working within the law to protect both civilians and superheroes, seeing registration as a necessary step towards accountability and public safety. Captain America leads the anti-registration movement, arguing that heroes must retain their autonomy to act when and where they are needed most. His allies include Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who later reveals his identity publicly in support of the anti-registration cause, Luke Cage, Falcon, and others who believe in the principles of personal liberty and justice, opposing what they see as government control over their lives and actions. As tensions mount and battle lines are drawn, both sides prepare for a conflict that will shape the future of the superhero community and the fate of the SHRA. Emotions run high as heroes grapple with the implications of their choices, confronting moral dilemmas and personal sacrifices in the name of their beliefs. The stage is set for a moral and ethical struggle that will test loyalties, challenge beliefs, and ultimately redefine the superhero landscape. With the first issue of Civil War, the Marvel Universe plunges into a complex and compelling narrative where ideals clash, alliances fracture, and heroes are forced to confront the consequences of their actions in a world that demands answers and accountability. The second installment of Civil War continues to explore the deepening divide within the superhero community over the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA, as tensions escalate and conflict intensifies. Tony Stark, also known as Iron Man and head of Stark Industries, remains steadfast in his support of the SHRA. He sees registration as a necessary step to prevent future tragedies like the Stamford incident, where the New Warrior's actions resulted in civilian casualties. Stark leveraged his wealth and technological prowess to develop advanced equipment and facilities to enforce the SHRA effectively. Working closely with Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic Four, Iron Man establishes a high-security prison in the Negative Zone. This facility is designed to detain captured anti-registration heroes, utilizing cutting-edge technology and safeguards to prevent escape. The creation of this prison symbolizes Stark's commitment to upholding the law and ensuring compliance among superpowered individuals who refuse to register. The issue delves into the complex political and ethical debates surrounding the SHRA. Supporters argue that registration is necessary for accountability, ensuring that superheroes operate within legal boundaries and are held responsible for their actions. Critics, led by Captain America, Steve Rogers, view the SHRA as a violation of civil liberties, arguing that superheroes should have the freedom to act independently without government interference. Peter Parker, known as Spider-Man, finds himself caught in the crossfire of the Civil War. Initially siding with Iron Man and revealing his secret identity in support of the pro-registration movement, Parker faces growing doubts and moral dilemmas as the conflict escalates. He wrestles with the personal consequences of unmasking himself, which impacts both his superhero career and personal life, including the safety of his loved ones. Across various locations, battles erupt between pro-registration and anti-registration heroes. These clashes are not just physical confrontations, but also ideological and emotional struggles. Former allies find themselves on opposite sides of the conflict, leading to intense confrontations fueled by personal beliefs and allegiances. The issue explores the emotional toll of these battles as heroes grapple with guilt, regret, and the harsh realities of war. The Civil War takes a significant emotional toll on both sides of the conflict. Friendships fracture, alliances splinter, and trust is shattered as heroes confront the consequences of their choices. Characters like Luke Cage, Power Man, Falcon, and Hercules stand alongside Captain America, defending personal liberty and resisting what they see as government overreach. Each hero faces moral dilemmas and ethical challenges that test their resolve and principles. The public reaction to the Civil War becomes a crucial element of the storyline. Media coverage scrutinizes superhero activities, shaping public perception and influencing political outcomes. Some citizens rally behind the pro-registration movement, believing in the need for safety and accountability, while others sympathize with Captain America's stance on individual freedoms and rights. Behind the scenes, strategic maneuvering and alliances shape the course of the conflict. Government agencies like SHIELD, led by Maria Hill, play a pivotal role in enforcing the SHRA and responding to superhero activities. Political dynamics evolve as influential figures within and outside the superhero community advocate for or against registration, further complicating the already volatile situation. As tensions reach a boiling point, both sides prepare for a final, decisive showdown that will determine the future of the superhero community and the fate of the SHRA. The stage is set for a climactic battle that promises to redefine the Marvel Universe and leave lasting consequences for all involved. The third issue of Civil War continues the escalating conflict between pro-registration and anti-registration factions within the superhero community, exploring the personal and ideological stakes driving the narrative forward. As the debate over the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA, intensifies, tensions between Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Captain America, Steve Rogers, reach a critical point. Stark continues to lead the pro-registration movement, advocating for accountability and regulation of superpowered individuals to prevent civilian casualties like those in Stamford. He utilizes advanced technology and resources to enforce the SHRA, including the high-security prison in the negative zone. Captain America, backed by heroes who oppose registration, remains steadfast in his belief that the SHRA infringes upon civil liberties and personal freedoms. He leads the anti-registration movement, arguing that superheroes should have the autonomy to operate independently and respond to threats without government oversight. The ideological divide deepens as both sides prepare for confrontations that will shape the future of the superhero community. Behind the scenes, strategic maneuvers and alliances play a pivotal role in shaping the course of the conflict. Stark and Rogers engage in political maneuvering, rallying support from within the superhero community and beyond. Characters like Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, who supports registration, and Luke Cage, Power Man, a vocal critic of the SHRA, navigate their loyalties and beliefs amidst the escalating tensions. Civil War No. 3 depicts several key battles and confrontations between pro-registration and anti-registration heroes. These clashes are not only physical, but also symbolic of the ideological struggle tearing the superhero community apart. Each battle is fraught with personal stakes and ethical dilemmas, as heroes confront former allies and friends on opposite sides of the conflict. The emotional toll of these confrontations weighs heavily on the characters, challenging their convictions and testing their resolve. The issue delves into the personal journeys of individual heroes caught in the crossfire of the Civil War. Characters like Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who initially supported registration but now questions its implications, grapple with the consequences of their choices. Parker's decision to reveal his secret identity becomes a point of contention and vulnerability, affecting both his superhero career and personal life. Media coverage and public perception continue to influence the narrative, shaping public opinion and political outcomes. The portrayal of superheroes in the media as either symbols of security or threats to civil liberties further complicates the already volatile situation. Public protests and demonstrations reflect the divided sentiments within society, highlighting the broader implications of the SHRA on the Marvel Universe. The Civil War takes a toll on the emotional and psychological well-being of the characters involved. Friendships fracture, alliances dissolve, and trust erodes as heroes confront the consequences of their actions and the choices they've made. The weight of responsibility and the moral complexities of the conflict weigh heavily on each character, forcing them to confront their beliefs and values amidst the chaos and uncertainty. As tensions escalate and battle lines are drawn, both sides prepare for a final, climactic showdown that will determine the fate of the superhero community and the future of the SHRA. The stage is set for a dramatic conclusion that promises to redefine relationships, reshape alliances, and leave lasting consequences for all involved. In the fourth installment of Civil War, the conflict between pro-registration and anti-registration factions escalates to new heights, pushing heroes to their limits and testing alliances in unprecedented ways. As the debate over the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA, intensifies, tensions between Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Captain America, Steve Rogers, reach a boiling point. Stark continues to lead the pro-registration movement, advocating for accountability and oversight of superpowered individuals to prevent civilian casualties. He employs advanced technology and resources, including the high-security prison in the negative zone, to enforce compliance with the SHRA. Captain America remains at the helm of the anti-registration movement, staunchly opposing the SHRA as a violation of civil liberties. He argues that superheroes should retain their autonomy to protect society without government interference. The ideological divide deepens as heroes on both sides prepare for confrontations that will determine the future of the superhero community. Behind the scenes, strategic maneuvers and shifting alliances shape the course of the conflict. Stark and Rogers engage in political maneuvering, rallying support from within the superhero community and beyond. Characters like Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, who supports registration, and Luke Cage, Power Man, a vocal critic of the SHRA, navigate their loyalties amidst the escalating tensions. Civil War number 4 depicts several pivotal events and confrontations that heighten the stakes of the conflict. The Battle of the Baxter Building becomes a focal point, where pro-registration forces launch a coordinated attack on the anti-registration movement's base. The conflict is intense and emotionally charged, pitting former allies against each other in a struggle for ideological supremacy. The Baxter Building, home of the Fantastic Four, becomes a battleground where personal relationships are strained and alliances are tested. Reed Richards, torn between his scientific beliefs and loyalty to Stark, plays a significant role in the conflict. As tensions escalate, Richards grapples with the moral implications of supporting registration and the personal consequences for his friendships and alliances within the superhero community. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, caught in the crossfire of the Civil War, continues to wrestle with the consequences of revealing his secret identity. His decision to side with Stark and the pro-registration movement becomes increasingly fraught as the conflict exacts a toll on his personal and professional life. Parker's dual identity as Spider-Man and Peter Parker becomes a point of vulnerability, affecting both his superhero career and his relationships with loved ones. Ethical dilemmas pervade Civil War number 4 as heroes on both sides confront the consequences of their actions. Characters grapple with the moral complexities of the SHRA, questioning their beliefs and values amidst the chaos and uncertainty of the conflict. The weight of responsibility and the ethical ambiguities of the registration debate weigh heavily on each character, challenging their convictions and testing their resolve in unprecedented ways. The issue delves into the emotional and psychological strain experienced by characters caught in the midst of the Civil War. Friendships fracture, alliances crumble, and trust dissipates as heroes confront the personal ramifications of their choices. The emotional toll of the conflict becomes palpable as characters navigate the moral complexities of their decisions, grappling with guilt, regret, and the harsh realities of war. Media coverage and public perception continue to influence the narrative, shaping public opinion and political outcomes. The portrayal of superheroes as either symbols of security or threats to civil liberties further complicates the already volatile situation. Public protests and demonstrations reflect the divided sentiments within society, underscoring the broader implications of the SHRA on the Marvel Universe and its inhabitants. As tensions escalate and battle lines are drawn, both sides prepare for a final, climactic showdown that will determine the fate of the superhero community and the future of the SHRA. The stage is set for a dramatic conclusion that promises to redefine relationships, reshape alliances, and leave lasting consequences for all involved in Marvel's epic crossover event, Civil War. In the midst of the Civil War, tensions between pro-registration and anti-registration factions reach a critical juncture as the Marvel Universe's superheroes face off in a series of escalating conflicts. Tony Stark, leading the pro-registration movement, continues to advocate for the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA, arguing that accountability and oversight are necessary to prevent future tragedies like the Stamford incident. His Stark Industries resources, including advanced technology and the high-security prison in the negative zone, bolster his efforts to enforce compliance. On the opposing side, Captain America stands firm against the SHRA, viewing it as a violation of individual liberties and an encroachment on superheroes' autonomy to act independently in the face of threats. His leadership of the anti-registration movement rallies heroes who believe in the right to protect society without government interference. The ideological divide deepens as both sides prepare for a decisive confrontation that will determine the future of superheroism. The Battle of New York City becomes the focal point of the conflict, where Manhattan streets become a battleground for ideologies and allegiances. Pro-registration and anti-registration forces clash in a chaotic and emotionally charged showdown, each side unleashing their powers and convictions with fervor. The cityscape, once a symbol of hope and security, is transformed into a theater of war where personal relationships are strained and alliances are tested. Throughout the battle, key moments define the stakes and the moral dilemmas faced by the characters. Tony Stark's strategic acumen and technological innovations are showcased as he orchestrates tactical maneuvers to gain the upper hand and enforce SHRA's authority. Meanwhile, Captain America's steadfast leadership inspires his allies to stand firm against what they perceive as government overreach, emphasizing the principles of freedom and individual rights. Amidst the chaos, Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who initially supported Stark and revealed his secret identity in compliance with the SHRA, finds himself increasingly conflicted. The consequences of unmasking publicly weigh heavily on him as he navigates newfound vulnerabilities and the impact on his personal life. His internal struggle reflects the broader ethical complexities faced by heroes caught in the crossfire of the Civil War. The emotional and psychological toll of the conflict is palpable as characters confront the consequences of their choices. Friendships fracture, alliances dissolve, and trust erodes amidst the turmoil and devastation of battle. The aftermath of the Battle of New York City leaves a profound impact on the Marvel Universe, reshaping relationships and alliances among superheroes who must now navigate the aftermath and rebuild trust in a world forever changed by the events of the Civil War. Public perception and media coverage continue to shape the narrative, influencing how superheroes are viewed by society as either symbols of security or threats to civil liberties. Public protests and demonstrations reflect the divided sentiments within society, underscoring the broader implications of the SHRA on the Marvel Universe and its inhabitants. As the dust settles from the Battle of New York City, both sides assess the toll of the conflict and prepare for the future. The Civil War has left scars that run deep, challenging heroes to reconcile their beliefs with the realities of a fractured community. The stage is set for a new era in the Marvel Universe, where the consequences of the SHRA and the choices made during the Civil War will continue to shape the trajectory of superheroism and society itself. In the climactic finale of Civil War, tensions between pro-registration and anti-registration factions within the superhero community come to a head, leading to a decisive confrontation that reshapes the Marvel Universe and its heroes. As the conflict over the Superhuman Registration Act, SHRA, reaches its zenith, Iron Man, Tony Stark, and Captain America, Steve Rogers, stand at the forefront of opposing ideologies. Stark continues to champion the pro-registration movement, advocating for accountability and oversight of superpowered individuals to prevent civilian casualties. He utilizes Stark Industries' resources and the high-security prison in the negative zone to enforce compliance with the SHRA, seeing it as crucial for maintaining public safety. Captain America, leading the anti-registration movement, vehemently opposes the SHRA, viewing it as a violation of civil liberties and an infringement on superheroes' autonomy. Rogers believes that superheroes should operate independently to protect society without government interference. The ideological divide deepens as both sides prepare for a final, decisive confrontation that will determine the future of superheroism. The conflict culminates in a monumental battle that unfolds on multiple fronts, both physical and ideological. Pro-registration and anti-registration forces clash in a sprawling, emotionally charged showdown that tests the resolve and principles of every hero involved. The battlefield becomes a chaotic tableau of superpowers and convictions, with Manhattan once again serving as the backdrop for this epic clash. Throughout the battle, Stark and Rogers employ strategic brilliance and tactical ingenuity to gain the upper hand. Stark, leveraging his technological innovations and vast resources, orchestrates coordinated strikes and defenses to enforce SHRA's authority and quell resistance. Meanwhile, Rogers' unwavering leadership inspires his allies to stand firm against what they perceive as governmental overreach, emphasizing the values of freedom and individual rights. The emotional stakes are high as heroes confront the consequences of their choices and allegiances. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, who initially supported Stark and publicly revealed his secret identity, faces profound internal conflict and personal risks. His decision to unmask has far-reaching repercussions, affecting his loved ones and highlighting the personal sacrifices made in the name of principle and ideology. The battle forces heroes to confront ethical dilemmas and moral complexities as they navigate the blurred lines between security and freedom. Characters grapple with the implications of their actions on both personal and societal levels, questioning the price of security and the limits of governmental authority in a world threatened by superpowered individuals. As the dust settles from the final battle, the Marvel Universe reels from the aftermath of Civil War. The conflict leaves a profound impact on relationships and alliances among superheroes, reshaping the landscape of superheroism and society itself. The scars of the Civil War run deep as heroes and civilians alike reckon with the costs of ideological warfare and the challenges of rebuilding trust and unity in a fractured world. Civil War number 6 sets the stage for a new era in the Marvel Universe, where the consequences of the SHRA and the choices made during the conflict continue to reverberate. Themes of accountability, sacrifice, and the balance between security and personal freedom resonate as superheroes confront the realities of a changed landscape and uncertain future. In the heart of New York City, amidst the towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, a clandestine organization known as the Hellfire Club operates from the shadows. Led by the enigmatic Sebastian Shaw, whose ability to absorb and redirect energy makes him a formidable adversary, and Emma Frost, the telepathic White Queen whose mastery over psychic energies rivals even Professor Charles Xavier's, the Hellfire Club represents a stark contrast to the X-Men's mission of protecting a world that fears and hates mutants. Meanwhile, within the sanctum of Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, tensions simmer among the X-Men themselves. Jean Grey, the gentle-hearted telepath and telekinetic known to her teammates as Marvel Girl, feels an unsettling shift within her. Unknown to anyone, including herself, Jean has become a vessel for the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity of immeasurable power that slumbers within her subconscious, waiting to be awakened. As the X-Men mobilize to investigate rumors of the Hellfire Club's activities, Jean's internal struggle intensifies. Her powers, already formidable, begin to surge uncontrollably, manifesting in ways that both terrify and intrigue her. In the quiet moments between missions, she confides in Scott Summers, the steadfast leader of the X-Men known as Cyclops, and her beloved partner. Scott, torn between duty and love, senses the growing darkness within Jean, but remains steadfast in his belief in her inherent goodness. The X-Men's investigation leads them to a lavish gala hosted by the Hellfire Club, where mutants of wealth and influence gather beneath the veneer of high society. Unbeknownst to the X-Men, the Hellfire Club has laid a trap, using their psychic operatives to manipulate Jean's fears and desires. In a moment of vulnerability, Jean is ensnared, her mind clouded by illusions that feed on her deepest insecurities. Under the influence of the Hellfire Club's telepathic manipulations, Jean is transformed into the Black Queen, a persona that embodies the darker aspects of her psyche. Her powers, now amplified to a frightening degree by the awakened Phoenix Force, lash out with devastating force, threatening to engulf both friend and foe in their destructive wake. Amidst the chaos, the X-Men find themselves outmatched and outnumbered. Cyclops, his heart torn asunder by the sight of Jean lost to darkness, leads a desperate charge to rescue their captured comrades and confront the Hellfire Club head-on. Storm, the weather-wielding goddess, unleashes her fury upon their enemies, while Wolverine, the feral berserker with an unbreakable skeleton and razor-sharp claws, fights with a savage intensity born of years of pain and loss. In the heart of the battle, Professor Xavier, the X-Men's mentor and guiding light, becomes a pawn in the Hellfire Club's ruthless game. His formidable psychic abilities, honed through years of discipline and training, are turned against his own students, forcing them into impossible choices and heart-wrenching confrontations. As the battle reaches its crescendo, Jean's struggle for control reaches a fever pitch. The Phoenix Force, awakened by the tumultuous events unfolding around it, surges forth with cosmic power that defies comprehension. The line between friend and foe blurs as Jean's humanity is tested to its limits, her identity torn asunder by forces beyond mortal comprehension. Uncanny X-Men number 129 is more than a mere chapter in a larger saga. It is a crucible of emotions and conflicts that define the very essence of the X-Men struggle. It is a testament to the power of choice, the allure of darkness, and the enduring strength of love and loyalty in the face of overwhelming adversity. As Jean Grey stands at the precipice of her destiny, the cosmic forces of the universe converge around her, setting the stage for a saga that will echo throughout the annals of Marvel Comics for generations to come. In the aftermath of the intense confrontation with the Hellfire Club, the X-Men find themselves reeling from the psychological and physical toll of their recent battles. Jean Grey, now fully engulfed by the dark and seductive allure of the Phoenix Force, struggles to maintain control over her newfound powers as the Black Queen. The Hellfire Club, led by the manipulative Sebastian Shaw and the telepathic prowess of Emma Frost, revels in their temporary victory over the mutant heroes. As Jean, now known as the Black Queen, grapples with the conflicting emotions and impulses brought forth by her transformation, the rest of the X-Men mount a desperate rescue mission to save their captured comrades. Cyclops, torn between his love for Jean and his duty to protect the team, leads the charge with unwavering determination. His stoic facade belies the turmoil within, as he grapples with the possibility that the woman he loves may be lost to darkness forever. Meanwhile, Wolverine, the feral and indomitable warrior, prowls the shadows with a primal intensity. His senses, honed by years of combat and survival, lead him to confrontations with the Hellfire Club's guards and minions. His claws, coated in adamantium, slice through flesh and bone with lethal precision, leaving a trail of carnage in his wake. Storm, the weather-controlling goddess from the plains of Africa, unleashes her elemental fury upon their adversaries. Lightning crackles across the sky as thunder reverberates through the air, casting a dark and ominous pall over the battlefield. Her powers, augmented by her indomitable will and connection to the natural world, prove to be a formidable asset in their fight against the Hellfire Club's forces. Colossus, the gentle giant with skin of organic steel, lends his immense strength to the fray. His fists, capable of pulverizing concrete and steel alike, strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. Yet, beneath his stoic exterior lies a compassionate soul burdened by the weight of his own insecurities and doubts. Nightcrawler, the acrobatic and agile teleporter, dances through the battlefield with grace and finesse. His ability to teleport in a blink of an eye confounds their adversaries, allowing him to strike swiftly and retreat into the shadows before they can react. His faith, born from years of persecution and hardship, fuels his resolve to protect his friends and allies at any cost. As the X-Men navigate the labyrinthine corridors of the Hellfire Club's headquarters, they encounter traps, illusions, and psychic barriers designed to test their resolve. Professor Xavier, their mentor and guide, uses his formidable psychic abilities to shield their minds from the mental assaults of their adversaries. His telepathic prowess, honed through years of discipline and training, serves as a beacon of hope amidst the darkness that threatens to consume them. Amidst the chaos and carnage, Jean struggles to break free from the mental shackles imposed upon her by the Hellfire Club. Her mind, a battleground between light and darkness, teeters on the brink of oblivion as the Phoenix Force exerts its influence over her fragile psyche. Memories of her past, intertwined with visions of possible futures, swirl around her like a tempestuous storm. In a moment of clarity, Jean's willpower surges forth, shattering the psychic bonds that bind her to the Hellfire Club's control. Her transformation into the Black Queen proves to be short-lived as she casts aside the mantle of darkness that threatens to consume her. The Phoenix Force, dormant within her subconscious, stirs once more, drawn to the raw emotions and untapped potential that lie within. As the X-Men regroup and prepare to confront the Hellfire Club's inner circle, tensions simmer beneath the surface. Cyclops, his heart heavy with guilt and remorse, struggles to reconcile his feelings for Jean with the knowledge that her transformation into the Phoenix may have irreversibly altered her. His resolve, tempered by years of leadership and sacrifice, strengthens as he vows to protect Jean from those who seek to exploit her power for their own gain. The Hellfire Club, sensing the shifting tide of battle, retreats into the shadows to lick their wounds and plan their next move. Their ambitions, fueled by greed and lust for power, collide with the X-Men's unwavering determination to safeguard a world that fears and hates them. The stage is set for a final confrontation that will test the limits of their strength, courage, and resilience. As dawn breaks over the smouldering ruins of the Hellfire Club's headquarters, the X-Men stand united in their victory over their adversaries. Jean, her spirit renewed and her powers tempered by experience, resolves to embrace her destiny as the Phoenix. Her journey, marked by sacrifice and redemption, serves as a beacon of hope for mutants and humans alike in a world ravaged by conflict and uncertainty. In the aftermath of their harrowing encounter with the Hellfire Club, the X-Men find themselves at a crossroads. Jean Grey, now freed from the manipulative clutches of the Black Queen persona, struggles to come to terms with the dark and destructive power of the Phoenix Force that lies dormant within her. The team's unity is tested as they grapple with the aftermath of their battle and the implications of Jean's transformation. As tensions simmer within the X-Men's ranks, news arrives that shakes them to their core. The Shu'ar Empire, a powerful interstellar civilization led by the enigmatic Maester Deacon, has taken notice of the Phoenix Force's resurgence on Earth. Recognizing the potential threat posed by Jean Grey's connection to the Phoenix, the Shu'ar demand a trial to determine her fate. Professor Charles Xavier, the X-Men's mentor and founder, prepares his team for the inevitable confrontation with the Shu'ar. His telepathic abilities, honed through years of discipline and training, allow him to shield their minds from the mental assaults of their adversaries. Yet, even he cannot fully comprehend the cosmic forces at play or the true extent of Jean's connection to the Phoenix. As the X-Men journey into space aboard the Starjammer, a ragtag band of interstellar adventurers led by the swashbuckling Corsair, tensions run high. Cyclops, torn between his duty to protect his teammates and his love for Jean, struggles to maintain his composure in the face of uncertainty. His unwavering loyalty to the X-Men and his belief in Xavier's dream of peaceful coexistence between mutants and humans guide his every decision. Upon arriving at the Shu'ar homeworld, the X-Men are greeted by the Imperial Guard, an elite cadre of warriors sworn to protect the Shu'ar Empire at any cost. Led by Gladiator, whose superhuman strength and invulnerability make him a formidable opponent, the Imperial Guard represents a formidable challenge for the X-Men. Their powers, honed through years of rigorous training and genetic enhancement, rival those of Earth's mightiest heroes. As the trial commences, tensions escalate between the X-Men and the Shu'ar. Professor Xavier, acting as Jean's defense counsel, argues passionately for her right to due process and fair treatment. His eloquence and reasoning sway some members of the Shu'ar Council, while others remain steadfast in their belief that Jean's connection to the Phoenix represents an existential threat to the galaxy. In a dramatic twist of fate, the trial takes a turn for the worse when the Phoenix Force itself intervenes. Sensing Jean's inner turmoil and the mounting pressure of the trial, the cosmic entity awakens within her with a ferocity that defies comprehension. Her powers, now amplified to a cosmic scale, threaten to tear apart the very fabric of reality itself. Amidst the chaos and confusion, Jean's humanity shines through. In a moment of clarity, she asserts control over the Phoenix Force, quelling its destructive impulses and asserting her will over its vast cosmic power. Her sacrifice, born of love and selflessness, resonates deeply with her teammates and adversaries alike. As the dust settles and the trial concludes, Jean Grey's fate is sealed. Recognizing the inherent goodness within her and the potential for redemption, the Shu'ar spare her life. Yet, the scars of battle and the weight of responsibility weigh heavily upon the X-Men as they return to Earth, forever changed by their journey into the heart of darkness. In the wake of their return from the Shu'ar Empire, the X-Men find themselves grappling not only with the external threats, but also with the internal conflicts that threaten to tear them apart. Jean Grey, having reconciled with the Phoenix Force within her, struggles to maintain control over its vast cosmic power. Her teammates, still reeling from the emotional and physical toll of their recent journey, stand united in their support but haunted by the spectre of what Jean's transformation could mean for them and the world. At Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, tensions simmer beneath the surface as the X-Men debate their next course of action. Cyclops, Jean's stalwart partner and leader of the team, shoulders the weight of responsibility with stoic determination. His unwavering loyalty to Jean and the X-Men's mission drives him to seek counsel from Professor Xavier, whose wisdom and guidance have shaped their journey from the beginning. Meanwhile, the cosmic forces that have been set into motion continue to ripple across the fabric of reality. The Shu'ar Empire, ever vigilant in their watch over Earth, monitors Jean Grey's every move with a mixture of apprehension and awe. Maester Deacon, the enigmatic ruler of the Shu'ar, wrestles with the implications of Jean's connection to the Phoenix Force, torn between the desire to protect his empire and the recognition of Jean's potential for redemption. As Jean struggles to maintain control over her burgeoning powers, her teammates rally around her with unwavering support. Wolverine, the grizzled and indomitable warrior with a tumultuous past, offers guidance born from years of hardship and survival. His adamantium claws, honed through countless battles and tempered by experience, serve as a constant reminder of the dangers that lurk within Jean's newfound abilities. Storm, the regal and compassionate goddess from the plains of Africa, lends her wisdom and strength to Jean's cause. Her connection to the natural world and her unyielding will provide solace and guidance amidst the uncertainty that threatens to engulf them. Her powers, augmented by her empathy and resolve, offer a beacon of hope in the face of cosmic turmoil. Colossus, the gentle giant with skin of organic steel, offers steadfast support and unwavering loyalty to his teammates. His immense strength and resilience serve as a bulwark against the doubts and fears that threaten to tear them apart. His compassion, born from years of hardship and perseverance, offers a glimmer of hope in the darkness that threatens to consume them. Nightcrawler, the agile and acrobatic teleporter with a faith as strong as his resolve, dances through the shadows with grace and finesse. His ability to teleport in the blink of an eye confounds their enemies and allows him to strike swiftly and retreat into the shadows before they can react. His unwavering faith, born from years of persecution and hardship, fuels his determination to protect his friends and allies at any cost. As the X-Men navigate the challenges that lie ahead, they are confronted by a new threat. The Hellfire Club, their longtime adversaries and masters of intrigue, seek to exploit the chaos and uncertainty that surrounds Jean's transformation. Led by the cunning Sebastian Shaw and the telepathic prowess of Emma Frost, the Hellfire Club plots to seize control of the Phoenix Force and wield its power for their own nefarious ends. In a desperate bid to stop the Hellfire Club's machinations, the X-Men launch a daring raid on their secretive headquarters. The battle that ensues is fierce and brutal, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Jean Grey, her powers reaching new heights of cosmic potential, struggles to maintain control over the Phoenix Force as she confronts the inner demons that threaten to consume her. As the dust settles and the battle concludes, the X-Men emerge battered but victorious. Jean Grey, her humanity intact and her resolve strengthened by her ordeal, vows to harness the power of the Phoenix Force for good. Her journey, marked by sacrifice and redemption, serves as a testament to the enduring power of hope and courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. In the aftermath of their cosmic trials and the intense battles that have tested their resolve, the X-Men find themselves confronting the fallout of Jean Grey's transformation into the powerful entity known as the Phoenix. Jean, now bonded fully with the cosmic energies of the Phoenix Force, struggles with the immense power and responsibility it entails. Her teammates, deeply loyal and committed despite their own fears and uncertainties, rally around her with a mixture of awe, concern, and unwavering support. At Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, the atmosphere is charged with tension as the X-Men deliberate on their next steps. Cyclops, the stalwart leader and Jean's devoted partner, shoulders the weight of leadership with characteristic resolve. His commitment to the X-Men's mission and his unwavering love for Jean propel him to seek counsel from Professor Xavier, whose wisdom and guidance have been their anchor through countless trials. Across the galaxy, the Shu'ar Empire remains watchful and cautious. Maester Deacon, the enigmatic ruler of the Shu'ar, contemplates the implications of Jean's newfound connection to the Phoenix Force. For the Shu'ar, who have witnessed the devastation wrought by the Phoenix in other galaxies, Jean's presence on Earth represents both an opportunity and a potential threat of cataclysmic proportions. Meanwhile, Jean herself grapples with the enormity of her powers. The Phoenix Force, an ancient cosmic entity born from the ashes of creation itself, pulses within her with a potency that defies mortal comprehension. Its hunger for experience and understanding clashes with Jean's innate humanity, creating a turbulent inner conflict that threatens to consume her from within. Wolverine, the grizzled and resilient warrior with a past shrouded in mystery, offers Jean guidance tempered by his own struggles within a darkness. His adamantium claws, honed through countless battles and tempered by his indomitable spirit, serve as a stark reminder of the potential dangers that accompany Jean's newfound abilities. Storm, the regal and compassionate goddess from the African plains, lends her wisdom and strength to Jean's cause. Her deep connection to the natural world and her unyielding resolve provide solace and guidance amidst the cosmic turmoil that threatens to engulf them all. Her powers, augmented by her empathy and steadfastness, offer a beacon of hope in the face of uncertainty. Colossus, the gentle giant with skin of organic steel, offers unwavering support and loyalty to his teammates. His immense strength and resilience serve as a bulwark against the doubts and fears that threaten to tear them apart. His compassion, forged through years of hardship and perseverance, provides a glimmer of hope in the darkness that looms over their uncertain future. Nightcrawler, the agile and acrobatic teleporter with a faith as unshakable as his resolve, dances through the shadows with grace and finesse. His ability to move unseen confounds their enemies and allows him to strike swiftly before retreating into the shadows. His unwavering faith, born from years of persecution and adversity, fuels his determination to protect his friends and allies at any cost. Amidst the challenges they face, a new threat emerges from within their ranks. The Hellfire Club, masters of intrigue and longtime adversaries of the X-Men, plot to exploit the chaos surrounding Jean's transformation for their own gain. Led by the cunning Sebastian Shaw and the telepathic prowess of Emma Frost, they scheme to seize control of the Phoenix Force and wield its power to reshape the world in their image. In a daring and desperate bid to thwart the Hellfire Club's machinations, the X-Men launch a bold assault on their secretive headquarters. The ensuing battle is fierce and brutal, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Jean Grey, her powers reaching unprecedented levels of cosmic potential, struggles to maintain control over the Phoenix Force as she confronts the inner demons that threaten to consume her. As the dust settles and the battle draws to a close, the X-Men emerge battered but victorious. Jean Grey, her humanity intact and her resolve strengthened by her ordeal, vows to harness the power of the Phoenix Force for good. Her journey, marked by sacrifice and redemption, stands as a testament to the enduring power of hope and courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. Overwhelming adversity. In the aftermath of the tumultuous events that have shaken the X-Men to their core, the team finds themselves grappling with the consequences of Jean Grey's transformation into the all-powerful entity known as the Phoenix. The school grounds at Xavier's Institute are filled with a palpable sense of unease and tension as the X-Men gather to discuss their next moves. Cyclops, burdened with the dual roles of leader and lover to Jean, finds himself torn between his duty to protect the world and his deep, personal connection to the woman now bonded with cosmic energies beyond comprehension. Professor Xavier, the wise and empathetic mentor who has guided them through countless trials, offers his counsel with a heavy heart. He knows the gravity of the situation and the implications of Jean's newfound powers. His mind reaches out to Jean, seeking to offer guidance and stability amidst the maelstrom of emotions and energies that threaten to overwhelm her. Across the cosmos, the Shu'ar Empire remains vigilant, monitoring Earth with a mix of apprehension and caution. Maester Deacon, ruler of the Shu'ar, contemplates the potential threat Jean Grey poses as the Phoenix. Having witnessed the destructive power of the Phoenix Force in other galaxies, Deacon weighs his options carefully, torn between the desire to protect his empire and the realization that Jean may hold the key to greater cosmic understanding. Within Jean herself, the Phoenix Force pulses with raw, untamed power. It whispers cosmic truths and tempts with promises of limitless potential. But beneath the surface, Jean struggles to maintain her humanity, fighting against the overwhelming urge to lose herself in the vast expanse of the Phoenix's consciousness. Her teammates, each grappling with their own fears and doubts, stand steadfast beside her, offering support and solidarity in the face of uncertainty. Wolverine, the grizzled and relentless warrior with a haunted past, offers Jean guidance shaped by his own battles within a darkness. His adamantium claws serve as a constant reminder of the razor's edge Jean now walks, balancing between savior and destroyer. Storm, the regal goddess of weather manipulation, brings her serene strength and deep connection to the natural world to Jean's aid. Her presence is a calming influence amidst the cosmic storm raging within Jean, offering stability and clarity amidst the chaos. Colossus, the gentle giant with skin of organic steel, embodies steadfast loyalty and unwavering support. His towering presence and indomitable strength provide a reassuring presence for his teammates, even as they confront the unknown together. Nightcrawler, the agile teleporter whose faith is as unshakable as his acrobatic skill, moves through the shadows with grace and purpose. His ability to appear and disappear at will confounds their enemies and allows him to strike swiftly in defense of his friends. Amidst their unity, however, a sinister plot unfolds. The Hellfire Club, masters of intrigue and longtime adversaries of the X-Men, see an opportunity in Jean's transformation. Led by the cunning Sebastian Shaw and the telepathic Emma Frost, they scheme to manipulate events to their advantage, seeking to harness the power of the Phoenix for their own selfish ends. In a daring and desperate bid to thwart the Hellfire Club's machinations, the X-Men launch a bold assault on their clandestine headquarters. The ensuing battle is a whirlwind of chaos and conflict, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. Jean, her powers reaching unprecedented levels of cosmic potential, struggles to maintain control over the Phoenix Force as she confronts the inner demons threatening to consume her. As the dust settles and the battle draws to a close, the X-Men emerge battered but victorious. Jean Grey, her humanity intact and her resolve strengthened by her harrowing journey, vows to harness the power of the Phoenix Force for good. Her path forward is marked by sacrifice and redemption, a testament to the enduring power of hope and courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. In the climactic conclusion of the Dark Phoenix saga, the X-Men find themselves thrust into a cosmic drama that tests their resolve and principles like never before. As they stand amidst the aftermath of battles that have scarred both their bodies and souls, the weight of Jean Grey's transformation into the Phoenix looms large over them all. At Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, the atmosphere is heavy with a mix of grief and determination. Cyclops, the stalwart leader whose heart is torn between duty and personal loss, stands at the forefront of their gathering. His commitment to the X-Men's mission and his profound love for Jean propel him forward, even as he grapples with the implications of her cosmic ascension. Professor Xavier, the wise and empathetic mentor who has guided the X-Men through countless trials, offers his counsel with a solemn demeanor. His telepathic powers reach out to Jean, seeking to provide solace and stability amidst the overwhelming torrent of emotions and cosmic energies that threaten to engulf her. Across the vast reaches of space, the Shu'ar Empire remains watchful. Maester Deacon, ruler of the Shu'ar, wrestles with the decision to intervene in Earth's affairs. The Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity of unparalleled power and potential for both creation and destruction, has left devastation in its wake across galaxies. Deacon understands the gravity of Jean Grey's transformation, recognizing her as both a threat and a beacon of hope in a universe teetering on the brink of chaos. Within Jean herself, the Phoenix Force pulses with raw, unfathomable energy. It whispers cosmic truths and tempts with promises of boundless knowledge and understanding. Yet beneath the veneer of omnipotence, Jean struggles to maintain her humanity. Her inner turmoil mirrors the larger conflict raging within the hearts of the X-Men, each grappling with their fears and doubts amidst the uncertainty of what lies ahead. Wolverine, the grizzled and relentless warrior with a past etched in blood and shadows, stands ever vigilant by Jean's side. His adamantium claws serve as a constant reminder of the razor's edge they all walk, where the line between hero and villain blurs amidst the cosmic storm. Storm, the regal goddess whose command over the elements mirrors her serene strength and unwavering resolve, channels her connection to the natural world into supporting Jean. Her presence is a calming influence amidst the chaotic upheaval of cosmic forces, offering clarity and steadfastness to her teammates. Colossus, the gentle giant with skin of organic steel, embodies steadfast loyalty and unwavering support. His towering presence and indomitable strength provide a reassuring anchor for his friends, a symbol of resilience amidst the tumultuous sea of uncertainty. Nightcrawler, the agile teleporter whose faith is as unshakable as his acrobatic skill, maneuvers through the shadows with grace and purpose. His ability to traverse the battlefield with unseen swiftness confounds their enemies and allows him to strike decisively in defense of his comrades. Yet amidst their unity, a shadow looms large. The Hellfire Club, masters of intrigue and long-standing adversaries of the X-Men, perceive an opportunity in Jean's transformation. Led by the cunning Sebastian Shaw and the telepathic Emma Frost, they scheme to manipulate events to their advantage, seeking to control the Phoenix Force for their own nefarious ends. In a climactic showdown that transcends the boundaries of reality itself, the X-Men clash with the Hellfire Club in a battle that will determine the fate of Jean Grey and the universe itself. The struggle is relentless, with powers colliding and alliances tested to their limits. Jean, her powers reaching unprecedented levels of cosmic potential, grapples with the duality of her existence as both Jean Grey and the Phoenix. As the battle rages on, Jean's inner struggle reaches a breaking point. The Phoenix Force, sensing her turmoil and the conflicting desires within her, begins to unravel. The cosmic energies that once surged with unchecked power now falter, teetering on the precipice of collapse. In a moment of clarity amidst the chaos, Jean makes a choice that will resonate throughout eternity. Drawing upon the last vestiges of her humanity and her love for Cyclops and her friends, she makes the ultimate sacrifice. With a surge of cosmic energy, she unleashes the full might of the Phoenix Force, not as a weapon of annihilation, but as a force for renewal and transformation. The Phoenix's power envelops Jean in a blinding flash of light, transcending mortal boundaries and ascending to a higher plane of existence. In her place stands a symbol of hope and redemption, a beacon of light amidst the darkness that threatened to consume her. The universe itself seems to hold its breath as the cosmic energies dissipate, leaving behind a sense of awe and reverence in their wake. For the X-Men, the aftermath is a bittersweet mix of sorrow and relief. Jean Grey, their friend and teammate, is gone, but her legacy lives on in the hearts of those she touched. Cyclops, devastated by the loss of the woman he loved, finds solace in the knowledge that Jean's sacrifice was not in vain. As they stand amidst the wreckage of their battle, the X-Men reflect on the lessons learned and the bonds forged in the crucible of their shared struggle. They know that the road ahead will be fraught with challenges, but they draw strength from their unity and the knowledge that they faced the darkness together and emerged victorious. Issue number 136 of the Dark Phoenix saga marks a poignant moment of reflection and renewal for the X-Men, grappling with the aftermath of Jean Grey's transformation and sacrifice. As they stand amidst the wreckage of their battles, the weight of loss hangs heavy upon them, each member processing their grief in their own way. Cyclops, the stalwart leader whose heart is torn between duty and personal anguish, finds himself questioning every decision that led them to this point. His love for Jean, now transcended by her sacrifice, fuels a determination to ensure that her legacy is honored and that the Phoenix's power is never again unleashed in such destructive ways. Professor Xavier, the wise and empathetic mentor who has guided the X-Men through countless trials, offers his counsel with a heavy heart. His telepathic powers reach out to each member of the team, providing solace and strength amidst the overwhelming sorrow that threatens to consume them. He reflects on the lessons learned from Jean's transformation and the consequences of tampering with cosmic forces beyond mortal comprehension. Across the cosmos, the Shu'ar Empire watches with a mixture of awe and relief. Maester Deacon, ruler of the Shu'ar, reflects on the events that have unfolded on Earth. The Phoenix Force, once a harbinger of destruction and chaos, has been subdued through Jean's selfless act of sacrifice. Deacon acknowledges the profound impact of Jean's transformation and the ripple effects it will have across galaxies, leaving an indelible mark on cosmic history. Within Jean herself, a sense of peace descends. The Phoenix Force, once a tempest of cosmic energies and conflicting desires, now finds harmony in its union with Jean's spirit. Her consciousness merges with the cosmic entity, transcending mortal boundaries and ascending to a higher plane of existence. For the X-Men, the days that follow are a time of mourning and reflection. Each member of the team grapples with their own grief and guilt, questioning the choices they made and the roles they played in the events that led to Jean's ultimate sacrifice. Wolverine, the grizzled and haunted warrior, retreats into solitude as he contemplates the cost of their battle against the forces of darkness. Storm, the regal goddess of weather manipulation, finds solace in the natural world around her. Her connection to the elements serves as a source of comfort amidst the emotional tempest raging within the team, offering a reminder of the enduring cycles of life and renewal. Colossus, the gentle giant with a heart of steel, shoulders the weight of his grief with quiet determination. His unwavering loyalty to his friends and teammates serves as a pillar of strength, even in the face of overwhelming sorrow. Nightcrawler, the agile teleporter whose faith remains unshakable, seeks solace in prayer and meditation. His unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of their cause sustains him through the darkest hours, offering hope amidst the shadows of despair. As the X-Men come to terms with Jean's sacrifice, they receive an unexpected visitor. Lilandra Naramani, Majestrix of the Shu'ar Empire and sister to Maester Deacon, arrives on Earth with a solemn purpose. She seeks to honor Jean's memory and express her gratitude to the X-Men for their role in averting cosmic catastrophe. Lilandra's presence brings with it a renewed sense of purpose for the X-Men. Her words of gratitude and respect serve as a balm to their wounded spirits, reaffirming their belief in the importance of their mission and the bonds that unite them as a team. In a poignant ceremony attended by friends and allies, the X-Men bid farewell to Jean Grey. Her memory is honored with reverence and solemnity, a testament to her bravery and sacrifice in the face of overwhelming odds. As they look to the future, the X-Men find themselves forever changed by the events of the Dark Phoenix saga. Their bonds forged in the crucible of adversity have been strengthened, their resolve hardened by the knowledge that they faced the darkness together and emerged stronger for it. Cyclops, the steadfast leader whose heart remains heavy with the weight of Jean's sacrifice, finds himself thrust into a leadership role that demands unwavering resolve. His internal turmoil is a microcosm of the team's collective struggle, torn between honoring Jean's memory and confronting the challenges that lie ahead. Professor Xavier, their venerable mentor, offers guidance tempered by his own deep sense of loss. His telepathic abilities provide a link between the X-Men's fractured emotions, offering comfort and strength amidst the uncertainty of their future. He reflects on the cosmic forces at play and the implications of Jean's transformation, knowing that their journey is far from over. Across the cosmos, the Shu'ar Empire remains watchful. Maester Deacon, ruler of the Shu'ar, contemplates the delicate balance of power in the wake of Jean's sacrifice. Lilandra Neramani, Majestrix and Deacon's sister, advocates for diplomacy and cooperation with Earth's defenders, recognizing the potential for mutual understanding amidst the lingering tensions. Within Jean herself, the Phoenix Force pulses with renewed purpose. Her consciousness merges seamlessly with the cosmic entity, transcending mortal boundaries and embracing a higher calling. The Phoenix's presence is a beacon of hope and renewal, a testament to Jean's resilience and the transformative power of self-sacrifice. For the X-Men, the days that follow are a time of introspection and renewal. Each member of the team grapples with their own sense of guilt and responsibility, questioning the choices they made and the roles they played in the events that led to Jean's ultimate sacrifice. Wolverine, the haunted and relentless warrior, seeks solace in solitary reflection as he contemplates the cost of their battles against the forces of darkness. Storm, the regal goddess of weather manipulation, finds solace in the natural world that surrounds her. Her connection to the elements serves as a source of comfort amidst the emotional turbulence within the team, offering a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and renewal. Colossus, the gentle giant with a heart of steel, shoulders the weight of his grief with quiet determination. His steadfast loyalty to his friends and teammates remains unwavering, a pillar of strength amidst the tumultuous aftermath of their cosmic odyssey. Nightcrawler, the agile teleporter whose faith remains unshakable, seeks solace in prayer and meditation. His steadfast belief in the inherent goodness of their cause sustains him through the darkest hours, offering hope amidst the shadows of uncertainty. As the X-Men navigate the uncertain terrain of their post-Phoenix existence, an unexpected challenge emerges. The Hellfire Club, masters of intrigue and long-standing adversaries of the X-Men, perceive an opportunity amidst the team's vulnerability. Sebastian Shaw, the calculating and ruthless leader, sees Jean Grey's transformation as a chance to reclaim lost power and influence for the club. With Emma Frost at his side, Shaw plots to exploit the X-Men's fractured state and seize control of the Phoenix Force for their own dark ambitions. Their machinations threaten to destabilize the fragile peace that the X-Men have fought so hard to maintain in the wake of Jean's sacrifice. In a desperate bid to protect Earth from external threats, Cyclops rallies his teammates for one final stand against the Hellfire Club. Their unity is their greatest strength, a testament to the bonds forged in the crucible of their shared trials and tribulations. The climactic showdown that ensues is a spectacle of cosmic proportions, where powers collide and alliances are tested to their limits. Jean Grey, now fully attuned to the Phoenix Force within her, confronts the Hellfire Club with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Her presence is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, a reminder of the Phoenix's immense power and the responsibility that comes with wielding such cosmic forces. In a display of cosmic might, Jean harnesses the Phoenix Force to neutralize the Hellfire Club's dark ambitions and restore balance to Earth and beyond. As the dust settles and the echoes of battle fade, the X-Men emerge victorious once more. The Hellfire Club's plans lie in ruins, their ambitions thwarted by the unity and courage of Earth's defenders. Jean Grey, reconciled with the Phoenix Force within her, stands alongside her teammates as a symbol of hope and renewal. The aftermath of issue number 137 sees the X-Men grappling with the implications of Jean's return and the continued presence of the Phoenix Force. Their journey is far from over, but they face the future with renewed determination and a strengthened bond forged in the crucible of their shared trials. Issue number 138 of the Dark Phoenix saga unfolds with a world forever changed by the cosmic upheavals and personal sacrifices of its heroes. The X-Men, reeling from the aftermath of Jean Grey's transformation and sacrifice, find themselves at a crossroads where grief, redemption, and uncertain alliances converge. Cyclops, burdened by the weight of leadership and personal loss, stands as a pillar of strength for his teammates. His resolve is tested as he navigates the delicate balance between honoring Jean's memory and ensuring the safety of those he swore to protect. His internal struggles mirror the team's collective journey, where each member grapples with their own guilt and uncertainty in the wake of recent events. Professor Xavier, the wise mentor and telepathic anchor of the team, offers guidance tempered by his own profound sense of loss. His meditations on the cosmic forces unleashed by Jean's transformation lead him to contemplate the fragile balance of power within the universe and the implications for Earth's defenders moving forward. Across the cosmos, the Shi'ar Empire observes with cautious interest. Maester Deacon, ruler of the Shu'ar, monitors Earth's defenders and their evolving relationships amidst the aftermath of the Phoenix's presence. Lilandra Neramani, Majestrix and advocate for peace, continues her efforts to forge alliances and understanding between Earth and the Shu'ar, recognizing the potential for cooperation amidst lingering tensions. Within Jean Grey herself, a sense of equilibrium emerges as she grapples with the merging of her consciousness with the Phoenix Force. The cosmic entity, once a tempest of conflicting desires and cosmic energies, finds harmony in its union with Jean's spirit. Together, they embody a newfound purpose rooted in compassion and the potential for cosmic renewal. For the X-Men, the days that follow are marked by introspection and renewal. Each member of the team confronts their own fears and uncertainties, questioning the decisions that led to Jean's ultimate sacrifice and the role they played in shaping their collective fate. Wolverine, the enigmatic and battle-hardened warrior, seeks solace in the simplicity of combat training and the camaraderie of his teammates, his adamantium claws serving as a reminder of the relentless determination that fuels his every action. Storm, the regal goddess of weather manipulation, finds solace in the natural world that surrounds the X-Men's headquarters. Her connection to the elements serves as a source of comfort amidst the emotional turbulence within the team, offering a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and the potential for renewal amidst chaos. Colossus, the gentle giant with a heart of steel, shoulders the weight of his grief with quiet determination. His steadfast loyalty to his friends and teammates remains unwavering, a pillar of strength amidst the uncertainty that looms over their future. Nightcrawler, the agile teleporter whose faith remains unshakable, seeks solace in prayer and meditation. His unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of their cause sustains him through the darkest hours, offering hope amidst the shadows of uncertainty. Amidst their introspection, an unexpected opportunity for redemption presents itself. The Hellfire Club, longtime adversaries of the X-Men, extend a tentative olive branch in the form of a temporary alliance. Sebastian Shaw, the cunning and ambitious leader, recognizes the potential for mutual benefit in cooperating with Earth's defenders against greater threats. With Emma Frost at his side, Shaw proposes a truce and offers the resources of the Hellfire Club to aid the X-Men in their ongoing battle against injustice and chaos. His pragmatic approach is met with skepticism and caution from the X-Men, who remain wary of the club's true motives and their history of manipulation. In a moment of reluctant acceptance, Cyclops agrees to the alliance, recognizing the necessity of unity in the face of looming challenges. Their collaboration marks a tentative step towards reconciliation and mutual understanding, as both sides navigate the delicate balance of trust and mistrust that defines their complex relationship. As the X-Men and the Hellfire Club set aside their differences to confront a common threat, Jean Grey emerges as a guiding force of hope and redemption. Her presence, tempered by the Phoenix Force within her, serves as a beacon of light amidst the darkness that threatens to engulf them all. In a climactic showdown that spans the boundaries of reality itself, the X-Men and their unlikely allies face a formidable adversary that tests their newfound alliance to its limits. Powers collide, alliances are forged and shattered, and sacrifices are made as each side fights for their vision of a better future. As the dust settles and the echoes of battle fade, the X-Men emerge victorious once more. The Hellfire Club's true intentions are exposed, their machinations thwarted by the unity and courage of Earth's defenders. Jean Grey, reconciled with the Phoenix Force within her, stands alongside her teammates as a symbol of hope and renewal. The aftermath of issue number 138 sees the X-Men grappling with the implications of their alliance with the Hellfire Club and the continued presence of the Phoenix Force. Their journey is far from over, but they face the future with renewed determination and a strengthened bond forged in the crucible of their shared trials. Norman Osborn, the man behind the mask of the Green Goblin, had once been a respected scientist and entrepreneur. However, his life took a dark turn when an experiment gone awry transformed him into a twisted, monstrous figure with enhanced strength and a genius-level intellect. The Green Goblin persona emerged from Osborn's fractured mind, fueling his desire for power and vengeance against those he perceived as enemies. In his quest to eliminate Spider-Man, whom he blamed for his previous defeats and personal losses, Osborn meticulously planned his revenge. He knew that striking at Peter Parker's loved ones would hurt the young hero more deeply than any physical attack. Among all of Peter's connections, Osborn fixated on Gwen Stacy, Peter's girlfriend, and a bright, promising young woman attending Empire State University alongside him. Osborn's machinations were methodical and merciless. He used his resources and cunning to gather intelligence on Gwen, learning about her routines, her relationship with Peter, and her vulnerabilities. As the Green Goblin, Osborn relished the opportunity to exploit these weaknesses, viewing Gwen not just as a pawn in his game against Spider-Man, but as a means to inflict maximum emotional pain on his adversary. One fateful evening, Osborn made his move. Under the cover of darkness, he abducted Gwen Stacy from the heart of New York City, using his advanced technology and deceptive tactics to take her captive without leaving a trace. Gwen, unaware of the danger looming over her, was suddenly thrust into a nightmare orchestrated by a man she knew only as Norman Osborn, unaware of his dual identity as the Green Goblin. Osborn's lair, hidden away in a secluded and ominous location, became Gwen's prison. Surrounded by the eerie glow of green-tinted lights and the stench of chemicals, Gwen found herself bound and helpless, a captive in the clutches of a madman bent on destroying her boyfriend and everything he held dear. The Green Goblin reveled in Gwen's fear and confusion, relishing the opportunity to taunt her with cryptic messages about Spider-Man's imminent downfall. He knew that Peter Parker would come running to save her, driven by his unwavering sense of responsibility and love for Gwen. Osborn's plan was not just to defeat Spider-Man in combat, but to shatter his spirit by taking away the person he cherished most in the world. As Gwen struggled against her bonds, her mind raced with thoughts of Peter and the danger he would face on her behalf. She knew that her fate rested in his hands, and she prayed silently for his safety even as fear threatened to overwhelm her. In the darkness of Osborn's lair, surrounded by the echoes of his manic laughter, Gwen clung to hope that Spider-Man would find her in time. Meanwhile, Peter Parker, unaware of Gwen's abduction, continued his nightly patrols as Spider-Man. His spider sense tingled with unease, a subtle warning that something was wrong. He scanned the city for any signs of trouble, his mind racing through 1,000 possibilities as he tried to pinpoint the source of his anxiety. It was during one of these patrols that Spider-Man received a chilling message from the Green Goblin himself. Osborn's distorted voice crackled through the communicator, taunting Spider-Man with hints about Gwen's predicament and challenging him to a deadly confrontation. The urgency in Osborn's voice was unmistakable, and Spider-Man knew that he had to act swiftly to save Gwen from whatever danger awaited her. Under the veil of night, the George Washington Bridge stood as a silent sentinel over the swirling waters of the Hudson River. Its towering structure, illuminated by the distant glow of city lights, provided a dramatic backdrop for the final, fateful confrontation between Spider-Man and his arch-nemesis, the Green Goblin. Spider-Man swung through the city with a sense of urgency that matched the rapid beating of his heart. His spider sense buzzed with warning, a primal instinct telling him that something terrible was about to unfold. The chilling message from the Green Goblin had cut through the night air like a knife, taunting him with the fate of Gwen Stacy, the woman he loved more than life itself. Arriving at the bridge, Spider-Man's eyes scanned the scene with a mix of dread and determination. He knew that the Green Goblin was waiting for him, poised to strike with lethal intent. The air crackled with tension as Spider-Man landed gracefully on the bridge, his senses alert for any sign of danger. Suddenly, from the shadows emerged the Green Goblin, his twisted visage contorted into a malevolent grin. Clad in his ghoulish green and purple attire, the Goblin exuded a sense of madness and menace that sent shivers down Spider-Man's spine. His eyes, wild and gleaming with unhinged fury, locked onto Spider-Man with a chilling intensity. Well, the Goblin's voice echoed across the bridge, tinged with manic amusement. Look who decided to join the party. I must say, Spider-Man, I'm impressed. Not many have the courage to face their doom head-on. Spider-Man's jaw clenched with restrained fury. He knew that the Green Goblin thrived on psychological warfare, using taunts and mind games to unsettle his opponents. But tonight was different. Tonight, the stakes were higher than ever before, and Spider-Man refused to let fear cloud his judgment. You've made a grave mistake, Goblin, Spider-Man retorted, his voice tinged with a steely resolve. You've hurt innocent people for the last time. Gwen Stacy is not your pawn to manipulate. She deserves better than this. The Green Goblin's laughter pierced the night air, a sound tinged with madness and malice. Ah, but you see, Spider-Man, he sneered, his voice dripping with contempt, I'm not interested in what she deserves. I'm interested in what you deserve. And tonight, you deserve to suffer. With lightning speed, the Green Goblin lunged at Spider-Man, his movements a blur of green and purple. He unleashed a barrage of razor-tipped projectiles and explosive pumpkin bombs, each one aimed with deadly accuracy. Spider-Man dodged and weaved through the onslaught, his spider sense guiding him with split-second precision. The battle intensified as Spider-Man countered with acrobatic flips and devastating punches. His fists connected with the goblin's armored form, sending vibrations through his body with each powerful strike. Yet, the Green Goblin proved to be a formidable opponent, his enhanced strength and agility matched only by his ruthless determination to crush Spider-Man once and for all. Amidst the chaos of combat, Spider-Man's thoughts raced back to Gwen, his heart aching with the knowledge that her life hung in the balance. He knew that every moment he spent fighting the Green Goblin was a moment Gwen endured unimaginable peril. The weight of responsibility pressed down upon him, urging him to finish the battle swiftly and rescue Gwen from the clutches of her deranged captor. As the battle reached its crescendo, the Green Goblin seized Gwen with a vicious grin, hoisting her into the air with inhuman strength. Gwen's eyes widened with terror as she stared down at the churning waters below, her breath catching in her throat. She struggled against the Goblin's iron grip, but his hold was unyielding, his fingers digging into her arms like vice grips. "Let her go, Goblin!" Spider-Man roared, his voice echoing with desperation and fury. "This ends now." The Green Goblin's laughter echoed across the bridge, a chilling sound that sent shivers down Gwen's spine. "Oh, Spider-Man," he taunted, his voice tinged with sadistic glee, "you still don't understand, do you? This was never about you. It was always about her." With a sudden jerk, the Green Goblin released Gwen, sending her hurtling towards the water below. Spider-Man's heart stopped as he watched in horror, his mind racing with 1,000 thoughts. He knew that he had to act fast, that every second counted if he was to save Gwen from a fate worse than death. Summoning every ounce of strength and speed, Spider-Man shot a web line with pinpoint accuracy. The webbing snaked through the air, wrapping around Gwen's waist with a secure grip. Spider-Man's muscles strained as he pulled with all his might, his heart pounding with fear and determination. For a fleeting moment, Spider-Man felt a surge of relief as Gwen's fall halted, her body suspended in mid-air by his web line. He reached out with trembling hands, his fingers brushing against her cold, motionless form. But as he drew her closer, dread washed over him like a tidal wave. Gwen hung limply in Spider-Man's arms, her eyes closed and her body unnaturally still. Panic surged through Spider-Man's veins as he realized the terrible truth. The sudden stop caused by his webbing had snapped her neck, and she lay lifeless in his arms. "No," Spider-Man whispered hoarsely, his voice choked with anguish and disbelief. "Gwen, no." Tears streamed down Spider-Man's face as he cradled Gwen's lifeless body, unable to comprehend the magnitude of his failure. The weight of guilt and grief threatened to crush him, a heavy burden that he knew he would carry for the rest of his life. He blamed himself for what had happened, tortured by the belief that his actions as Spider-Man had led to Gwen's tragic end. The night air grew colder as the sounds of sirens approached, signaling the arrival of the police. Mary Jane Watson, Peter's dear friend and confidant, arrived at the scene, her heart breaking at the sight of his devastation. She rushed to his side, her arms wrapping around him in a gesture of comfort and solace. "Peter," Mary Jane murmured softly, her voice trembling with sorrow. "I'm so sorry." Peter could only stare at Gwen's pale face, his mind numb with grief. The realization that he had failed to save the woman he loved, despite his incredible powers, tore at his soul. He had promised Captain George Stacy, Gwen's father, that he would protect her, and now he had broken that promise in the most devastating way possible. As the police began to secure the scene and tend to the aftermath of the battle, Peter clung to Gwen's lifeless body, unwilling to let her go. His heart shattered into a million pieces as he replayed the events of that night over and over in his mind, searching desperately for a way to turn back time and save her. but there was no going back. Gwen Stacy was dead, and Peter Parker was left to grapple with the harsh reality of her loss. The weight of her absence hung heavy in the air as he struggled to come to terms with the enormity of what had happened. The tragic death of Gwen Stacy would forever haunt Peter Parker, shaping his future as Spider-Man in ways he could never have imagined. It marked a turning point in his life, forcing him to confront the personal sacrifices and emotional toll of being a superhero. As he stood on the George Washington Bridge, surrounded by sorrow and regret, Peter vowed to carry on Gwen's memory and continue fighting for justice, even as he struggled to forgive himself for the ultimate failure of his superheroic career. In the desolate future of the days of future past, the world has become a grim shadow of its former self. Mutants, once feared and marginalized, are now on the brink of extinction, hunted mercilessly by towering, relentless Sentinel robots. These Sentinels, originally created to protect humanity from mutant threats, have evolved into an oppressive force, ruling over a dystopian society where fear and prejudice reign supreme. Skyscrapers that once gleamed with promise now stand as crumbling monuments to a bygone era. The streets are littered with debris and abandoned vehicles, remnants of a world shattered by decades of conflict. The air is thick with smog, a testament to the industrial decay that has choked the life out of the once thriving cities. Among the ruins, small pockets of resistance persist. Mutants who have managed to evade capture live in constant fear, always on the run from Sentinel patrols that sweep through the urban wastelands with deadly efficiency. The few remaining human allies of mutant kind live in hiding, their sympathies a dangerous secret in a society that punishes dissent with swift and brutal reprisal. Kitty Pryde, now older and battle-hardened, reflects on the world that has been reduced to ashes around her. She remembers a time when hope still flickered, when the X-Men fought valiantly alongside their human allies for a future where mutants and humans could coexist in harmony. But those days are long gone, replaced by a nightmarish reality where survival is a daily struggle and hope is a luxury few can afford. The Sentinels, towering behemoths of metal and technology, patrol the skies with their piercing red eyes and deadly weaponry. They scan the streets below with cold, calculated precision, their programming devoid of compassion or mercy. Mutants who are detected are swiftly apprehended, their fate sealed in internment camps where they await a grim destiny. In these camps, mutants are subjected to harsh conditions and dehumanizing treatment. They are stripped of their dignity and their rights, reduced to mere numbers in a system designed to eradicate their kind. Some resist, staging daring escapes or acts of defiance that are swiftly and ruthlessly crushed by Sentinel forces. Others succumb to despair, their spirits broken by the endless cycle of fear and persecution. The world outside the camps offers little respite. Cities lie in ruins, their once bustling streets now silent and deserted. The remnants of human civilization are overshadowed by the looming presence of the Sentinels, a constant reminder of the power that seeks to extinguish all traces of mutant life. Among the resistance fighters, hope is a fragile ember that refuses to be extinguished. Led by mutants like Kitty Pryde and their human allies, they wage a desperate struggle against overwhelming odds. They hide in underground bunkers and abandoned buildings, their headquarters hidden from prying Sentinel eyes. Food and resources are scarce, scavenged from the ruins of a world that no longer resembles the one they once knew. Every day is a battle for survival, a test of endurance and resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship. Yet they persevere, driven by a steadfast belief in a future where mutants and humans can once again live side by side in peace. But as Kitty Pryde looks out over the shattered landscape of the future, she knows that time is running out. The Sentinels grow stronger with each passing day, their grip on society tightening like a vice. The Resistance fighters are outnumbered and outgunned, their victories fleeting and hard-won. Yet, amidst the despair and the darkness, a flicker of hope remains. A plan is taking shape, a daring gamble that could alter the course of history itself. With Rachel Summers' formidable powers as a telepath and telekinetic, they have found a way to send Kitty Pryde's consciousness back in time, back to a pivotal moment in the past where their future was set on its tragic course. As Kitty prepares to embark on her mission, she reflects on the sacrifices that have brought them to this moment. Friends lost, battles fought, and a world forever changed by the rise of the Sentinels. She knows that the journey ahead will be perilous and fraught with uncertainty, but she also knows that the fate of mutant kind hangs in the balance. With a silent prayer and a resolute determination, Kitty Pryde steps into the unknown, her mind focused on the task ahead. The future depends on her success, on her ability to change the course of history and forge a path to a brighter tomorrow. As she vanishes into the depths of Rachel's power, the world around her fades away, replaced by the swirling maelstrom of time and possibility. And so begins Kitty Pryde's journey through time, a desperate gambit to rewrite the past and reclaim a future that has been lost to darkness. As she hurtles through the temporal currents, she clings to the hope that her actions will make a difference, that they will bring an end to the tyranny of the Sentinels and pave the way for a new era of peace and acceptance. But in the depths of her heart, Kitty knows that the road ahead will be fraught with danger and uncertainty. The past is a fragile tapestry, easily unraveled by the slightest misstep or miscalculation. Yet, she presses on, driven by a fierce determination to defy fate and carve out a destiny where mutants and humans can coexist in harmony. As Kitty's consciousness merges with her younger self in the past, she braces herself for the challenges that lie ahead. The fate of mutant kind rests on her shoulders, a heavy burden that she carries with courage and resolve. With each heartbeat, with each breath, she draws closer to the moment that will define their future. The dystopian future fades into the background, replaced by the bustling streets and vibrant energy of the past. The world of the early 1980s unfolds before Kitty's eyes, a time of hope and optimism tinged with the shadows of what is to come. She knows that the clock is ticking, that every second brings them closer to the pivotal moment that will shape their destiny. And so, Kitty Pryde steps into the past, a lone figure against the backdrop of history. Her mission is clear, her purpose unwavering, to change the course of events, to defy the odds, and to reclaim a future that has been stolen from them. As she takes her first steps on this perilous journey, she knows that the road ahead will be fraught with danger and uncertainty. But she also knows that she is not alone. The spirit of resistance burns bright within her, fueled by the sacrifices of those who have come before her. With their courage in her heart and their memory as her guide, Kitty Pryde sets out to rewrite the future and to reclaim a world where mutants and humans can live together in peace. In the desolate future depicted in her Days of Future Past, the world has been transformed into a nightmarish landscape where fear and oppression grip every corner. It is a time not too distant from our own, yet vastly altered by the rise of mutant hunting sentinels and the subsequent collapse of society as we know it. Once, mutants were regarded with suspicion and fear. Now, they are hunted down like animals by sentinels, towering, biomechanical giants programmed to detect and eradicate mutant kind. These robotic enforcers patrol the skies and streets with relentless vigilance, their glowing red eye scanning for any trace of genetic anomaly. Cities that once thrived with life and diversity now lie in ruins. Skyscrapers, once symbols of human achievement, now stand as crumbling monuments to a civilization that has faltered under the weight of its own fear and intolerance. Streets that once echoed with the laughter of children and the hustle of daily life are now silent, save for the occasional patrol of sentinel units or the distant wail of sirens. Among the ruins, small bands of mutants eke out a precarious existence, constantly on the move to evade detection. They hide in makeshift shelters or underground bunkers, their lives governed by the constant threat of discovery and capture. Each day brings new challenges, finding food and clean water, evading sentinel patrols, and caring for the wounded and vulnerable among them. Those who are captured face a fate worse than death. Sentinels do not discriminate. Mutants are rounded up without mercy and taken to internment camps where they are stripped of their dignity and their humanity. Inside these grim facilities, they are subjected to harsh conditions, forced labor, and cruel experimentation designed to suppress their powers and crush their spirits. Resistance against the Sentinel regime exists, but it is fragmented and desperate. Mutants who have managed to evade capture band together, forming small guerrilla units or joining underground networks dedicated to the fight against their oppressors. They communicate in secret, sharing information and resources, always on the lookout for new recruits willing to risk everything for the chance at freedom. The few remaining human allies of mutant kind also live in hiding. Their sympathies a dangerous secret in a society that punishes dissent with swift and brutal reprisal. They provide crucial support to the resistance, smuggling supplies, sharing intelligence, and offering sanctuary to those in need. Theirs is a perilous existence, fraught with the constant threat of betrayal and discovery. In this bleak and unforgiving world, hope is a rare and fragile commodity. It flickers dimly in the hearts of those who refuse to surrender, who continue to fight against impossible odds. They remember a time when mutants and humans coexisted in relative peace, when heroes like the X-Men stood as beacons of hope and defenders of justice. But that world is a distant memory now, overshadowed by the dominance of the Sentinels and the horrors they have unleashed upon humanity. The future is uncertain, the path forward shrouded in darkness. Yet, amidst the despair and the devastation, there are whispers of a plan, a daring gamble that could change the course of history and restore hope to a world on the brink of annihilation. And so, in the heart of this dystopian future, the stage is set for a saga of courage, sacrifice, and the indomitable spirit of resistance. As mutants and their allies prepare to defy their oppressors and reclaim their destiny, they know that the road ahead will be perilous and fraught with danger. But they also know that they cannot afford to surrender, for the future of mutant kind, and perhaps humanity itself, depends on their courage and determination to fight for a better tomorrow. In the forgotten corners of ruined cities, where rubble and decay mask the scars of past battles, small acts of defiance take root. Mutants share whispered tales of heroism and bravery, passing on stories of those who dared to challenge the Sentinels and paid the ultimate price. Each tale serves as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the spark of resistance can ignite a revolution. Kitty Pryde, once a member of the X-Men and now a hardened survivor of this harsh reality, reflects on the world that has been shaped by fear and hatred. She remembers a time when her powers were a source of wonder and possibility, when Professor Xavier's dream of peaceful coexistence between mutants and humans seemed within reach. But those days are long gone, replaced by a relentless struggle for survival against an enemy that knows no mercy. Sentinels, designed by humanity to protect against the perceived mutant threat, have become the masters of this dystopian nightmare. Programmed with advanced AI and lethal weaponry, they patrol the skies and streets with unyielding determination. Mutants who dare to show themselves are swiftly identified by Sentinel scanners, their fate sealed in an instant as the robotic enforcers descend upon them with ruthless efficiency. In the shadows of ruined buildings and abandoned factories, resistance fighters gather in secret, their faces etched with determination and defiance. Led by mutants like Kitty Pryde and their human allies, they plan daring raids on Sentinel supply depots, sabotage missions against communication networks, and rescue operations to free captured mutants from internment camps. Food and supplies are scarce, scavenged from the remnants of a world that has been ravaged by years of conflict and neglect. Every mission is a calculated risk, every victory a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of those who refuse to surrender to despair. Yet, for every small triumph, there are losses, comrades fallen in battle, friends taken by the Sentinels, sacrifices that weigh heavily on the hearts of those who fight on. But amidst the struggle and the sorrow, there are moments of solidarity and hope. Mutants and humans, once divided by fear and prejudice, come together in common cause against a common enemy. They share meager rations around makeshift campfires, swap stories of loved ones lost, and find strength in their shared determination to build a better future for themselves and generations yet to come. As Kitty Pryde surveys the ruins of what was once her home, she knows that their fight is far from over. The Sentinels may control the skies and the streets, but they cannot extinguish the flicker of hope that burns within the hearts of those who refuse to bow to tyranny. With each passing day, their resolve grows stronger, their determination to defy the odds and forge a path to freedom unwavering. And so, in the heart of this desolate future, amidst the rubble and ruins that bear witness to the sins of humanity, a new chapter in the saga of mutant kind is about to unfold. The stage is set for a battle that will test the limits of courage and resilience, a battle that will determine the fate of not just mutants, but all who dare to dream of a world where fear and hatred no longer hold sway. In the bleak future ruled by Sentinels, where hope seems like a distant memory, a daring plan takes shape among the remnants of mutant kind. Led by Rachel Summers, a powerful telepath from an alternate future, and Kitty Pryde, seasoned by years of survival and resistance, a desperate gambit emerges to alter the course of history. Rachel Summers, with her unique abilities to manipulate time and space, brings together a small group of mutants who have managed to evade capture. Among them are seasoned fighters and survivors, each bearing scars of their own battles against the relentless Sentinels. They gather in hidden bunkers and abandoned tunnels, their faces worn with determination and resolve. The plan is risky and fraught with uncertainty, but it offers the only glimmer of hope in a world consumed by darkness. Using her telepathic powers, Rachel explains the intricacies of time travel to Kitty Pryde and the others. She describes how she can project Kitty's consciousness back in time, into her younger self in the 1980s, a pivotal moment before the rise of the Sentinels' dominance. Kitty Pryde, though hesitant at first, understands the gravity of their situation. She knows that the assassination of Senator Robert Kelly, orchestrated by Mystique and her Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, is the catalyst that triggers the Sentinel program's acceleration. If they can prevent this pivotal event, they may alter the timeline and avert the dystopian future they now endure. Rachel's plan involves Kitty mentally projecting herself back into her own past, into her younger self's body. This is no mere mental exercise. It requires precise timing and concentration to synchronize their minds across decades. Rachel's telepathic abilities are stretched to their limits as she creates a psychic bridge between the present and the past, guiding Kitty through the temporal currents. As Kitty prepares for her journey, the others in the Resistance rally around her. They provide her with whatever resources they can spare, a worn photograph of the X-Men, a token of hope from a time long past, and a makeshift device to amplify Rachel's powers and stabilize the time travel process. In a hidden chamber deep underground, amidst the flickering light of makeshift torches, Rachel Summers and Kitty Pryde brace themselves for the perilous task ahead. The air is heavy with anticipation and uncertainty, the weight of their mission pressing upon them like a leaden cloak. Around them, the other mutants and allies stand in solemn silence, their eyes reflecting a mixture of fear and determination. Rachel's voice resonates in Kitty's mind, calm and steady amidst the chaos of their surroundings. She guides Kitty through the mental exercises needed to synchronize their consciousnesses, to anchor her thoughts firmly in the past while maintaining a tenuous connection to the present. It is a delicate balance, requiring focus and resilience in the face of temporal turbulence. As the moment of transition approaches, Rachel's telepathic powers surge, enveloping Kitty in a cocoon of psychic energy. Time and space seem to warp around them, the boundaries between past and present blurring into a swirling vortex of possibility. For a fleeting moment, Kitty feels herself suspended between worlds, her senses overwhelmed by the strange sensation of existence in two places and times simultaneously. Rachel's voice resonates in Kitty's mind, calm and steady amidst the chaos of their surroundings. She guides Kitty through the mental exercises needed to synchronize their consciousnesses, to anchor her thoughts firmly in the past while maintaining a tenuous connection to the present. It is a delicate balance, requiring focus and resilience in the face of temporal turbulence. As the moment of transition approaches, Rachel's telepathic powers surge, enveloping Kitty in a cocoon of psychic energy. Time and space seem to warp around them, the boundaries between past and present blurring into a swirling vortex of possibility. For a fleeting moment, Kitty feels herself suspended between worlds, her senses overwhelmed by the strange sensation of existence in two places and times simultaneously. Then, with a sudden jolt that sends a shockwave through her consciousness, Kitty Pryde finds herself standing in the bustling streets of New York City in the early 1980s. The sights and sounds of a world long gone greet her senses, neon lights flickering overhead, the chatter of pedestrians on busy sidewalks, and the distant hum of traffic echoing through narrow alleyways. She is in her younger self's body now, inhabiting a time before the darkness descended, before the Sentinel's iron grip choked the life out of society. But there is no time to marvel at the familiarity of the past. Rachel's voice echoes in her mind, urging her to focus on the task at hand. The fate of mutant kind rests on her ability to navigate the complexities of the past and rewrite the future. With Rachel's guidance, Kitty Pryde sets out on her mission, blending seamlessly into the fabric of 1980s America. She adopts a new identity, concealing her mutant abilities and blending in with the crowds that throng the city streets. Her every move is calculated, every interaction scrutinized for its potential impact on the timeline. Days turn into weeks as Kitty Pryde immerses herself in the past, gathering information, forging alliances, and laying the groundwork for the events that will shape their future. She observes the burgeoning tensions between mutants and humans, the seeds of fear and mistrust that will eventually blossom into the Sentinel program's justification. Through it all, Rachel Summers remains a constant presence in Kitty's mind, a guiding light in the darkness of uncertainty. She monitors events from the future, offering insights and warnings when necessary, ensuring that Kitty stays on course amidst the tumultuous currents of history. But as Kitty delves deeper into the complexities of the past, she realizes that changing the future will require more than just altering a single event. It will require sacrifice, courage, and a willingness to confront the darkest aspects of human nature. The journey ahead is fraught with peril, but Kitty Pryde knows that she cannot afford to fail. And so, in the heart of the past and the shadow of an uncertain future, Kitty Pryde stands as a beacon of hope for mutant kind. Armed with determination and guided by the wisdom of Rachel Summers, she prepares to confront the challenges that lie ahead and to forge a path to redemption for herself, her allies, and all those who dream of a world where fear and hatred no longer hold sway. In the present day of the days of future past, the Xavier Institute for Higher Learning stands as a bastion of hope amidst a world increasingly consumed by fear and uncertainty. Professor Charles Xavier, a visionary telepath whose dream of peaceful coexistence between mutants and humans has been tested like never before, paces the halls of the Institute with a heavy heart. Outside, the world rages with the aftermath of Senator Robert Kelly's assassination. The political landscape trembles under the weight of public outcry and government deliberations. Bolivar Trask, a formidable scientist and advocate for mutant containment, seizes upon the tragedy to push forward his Sentinel program, arguing fervently for the need to protect humanity from the perceived threat of mutant abilities. The X-Men, led by the steadfast Cyclops, find themselves at a crossroads. Their team includes a diverse array of mutants, each with their own unique powers and perspectives. Storm, with her ability to command the forces of nature, reflects on the growing storm of prejudice and hatred that threatens to engulf both mutants and humans alike. Wolverine, known for his fierce loyalty and unyielding determination, struggles to reconcile his past as a weapon with his present role as a protector of those who cannot protect themselves. Jean Grey, the telepathic and telekinetic heart of the team, shares Professor Xavier's vision of a world where mutants and humans can coexist peacefully. Her compassion and unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of humanity serve as a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. Nightcrawler, with his ability to teleport through shadows, navigates the moral complexities of their mission, grappling with the dichotomy of being feared for his appearance while striving to embody the ideals of heroism and selflessness. In the midst of these tumultuous times, the X-Men debate their next course of action. They understand the gravity of Senator Kelly's assassination and the potential repercussions for mutant kind. Professor Xavier, ever the voice of reason and wisdom, counsels caution. He urges his team to consider the consequences of their actions, warning them of the dangers of intervening too directly in human affairs. Yet, as tensions escalate and anti-mutant sentiment reaches fever pitch, the X-Men cannot afford to remain idle. Storm proposes reaching out to their human allies, forging alliances based on mutual respect and understanding. She believes in the power of unity, in the idea that together, mutants and humans can confront the challenges that threaten to tear their world apart. Cyclops, burdened by the weight of leadership, grapples with the responsibility of guiding his team through these turbulent times. He knows that their actions could have far-reaching consequences, potentially shaping the course of history itself. But he also understands that inaction is not an option, that the X-Men must stand as a beacon of hope and defiance against the forces of fear and hatred. As the debate continues, Professor Xavier receives an unexpected communication, a telepathic message from the future. It is Kitty Pryde, her voice trembling with urgency as she speaks of the horrors that await if they fail to act. She warns them of the rise of the Sentinels, of the dystopian future where mutants are hunted to extinction and humanity teeters on the brink of collapse. Kitty's message galvanizes the X-Men into action. With renewed determination, they set out to prevent Senator Kelly's assassination and to alter the course of history. They embark on a perilous mission, navigating treacherous waters of political intrigue and societal unrest, risking everything in their quest to protect a future that remains uncertain. Meanwhile, in the shadows, a new threat emerges. Mystique and her brotherhood of evil mutants, driven by their own agenda of mutant supremacy, plot to exploit the chaos for their own gain. They see the turmoil as an opportunity to sow further discord, to further their goals of mutant dominance at any cost. As tensions escalate and the fate of mutant kind hangs in the balance, the X-Men face their greatest challenge yet. They must confront their own fears and prejudices, navigate a world divided by mistrust and uncertainty, and forge alliances that defy the odds. Theirs is a battle not just for survival, but for the very soul of a world teetering on the brink of darkness. And so, as day turns to night and the future hangs in the balance, the X-Men stand united in their resolve. With courage in their hearts and hope as their guiding light, they prepare to confront the challenges that lie ahead and to fight for a future where tolerance and understanding prevail over fear and hatred. Each member of the team, from the most powerful to the most vulnerable, plays a crucial role in their mission to safeguard the future of mutant kind and humanity alike. In the tense and politically charged atmosphere of Days of Future Past, the plot to assassinate Senator Robert Kelly unfolds with chilling precision, echoing through the corridors of power and the shadows where mutants hide. Mystique, the enigmatic leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, orchestrates the scheme with a cold determination that matches her shape-shifting abilities. Mystique's Brotherhood is a diverse and formidable group of mutants, each with their own motivations and powers. Sabretooth, a primal force of nature with feral instincts and unyielding strength, prowls the edges of the conspiracy, gathering weapons and resources with a single-minded focus on their deadly mission. Toad, agile and cunning, uses his acrobatic skills and prehensile tongue to infiltrate secure locations, planting false leads and creating diversions that pave the way for Mystique's manipulations. The plan begins long before the public spectacle of Senator Kelly's speech. Mystique, in various guises, integrates herself deeply into the Senator's inner circle, using her shape-shifting abilities to gain access to confidential meetings and strategic briefings. Under the guise of a trusted aide or an unsuspecting bystander, she gathers intelligence with meticulous precision, learning the intricacies of Kelly's security detail and exploiting vulnerabilities that only a shapeshifter could uncover. Sabretooth, lurking in the shadows of society, becomes a ghostly presence in the city's underbelly. He navigates through criminal networks and black markets, acquiring illegal firearms and explosives that will ensure the success of their deadly mission. His reputation as a relentless hunter and killer precedes him, instilling fear and caution among those who dare to cross his path. Toad, meanwhile, employs his unique talents to sabotage security systems and bypass defenses intended to protect the Senator. His amphibian-like agility and stealth allow him to slip unnoticed into high-security areas, planting devices and creating distractions that will sow confusion and panic when the time is right. As the day of the assassination draws near, tensions reach a fever pitch in both mutant and human communities alike. Mutant activists rally in the streets, their voices raised in defiance against the oppressive measures proposed by Senator Kelly and his allies. Human protesters, fueled by fear and distrust, demand stricter laws and enhanced security measures to protect themselves from the perceived mutant threat. Senator Kelly, oblivious to the imminent danger that surrounds him, continues his campaign against mutant rights with unwavering determination. His speeches resonate with a fearful populace, promising safety and security through stringent mutant registration laws and the deployment of Sentinel technology, robotic guardians designed to neutralize mutant abilities. At the Xavier Institute, home to the X-Men and their mission of peaceful coexistence, Professor Charles Xavier monitors the unfolding events with growing apprehension. His telepathic abilities stretch to their limits as he attempts to sift through the cacophony of thoughts and emotions that swirl around the impending tragedy. He senses the deepening divisions within society, the simmering tensions that threaten to boil over into chaos and violence. Cyclops, the steadfast leader of the X-Men, shoulders the weight of responsibility as he contemplates their role in shaping the future. He understands the delicate balance between intervention and restraint, knowing that their actions could have far-reaching consequences for mutant kind and humanity alike. But he also knows that standing idly by is not an option, that the X-Men must be prepared to act decisively to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Jean Grey, her telepathic and telekinetic powers finely attuned to the emotional currents of those around her, shares Professor Xavier's concerns. She senses the fear and uncertainty that grips both mutants and humans alike, the fragile hope that hangs in the balance as they teeter on the brink of a pivotal moment in history. As the day of reckoning arrives, the stage is set for tragedy to unfold in the heart of Washington, D.C. Senator Kelly takes to the podium, his voice resonating through loudspeakers as he delivers a passionate speech on the dangers posed by mutant abilities. His words strike a chord of fear and uncertainty among the assembled crowd, stirring emotions that threaten to spiral out of control. In the midst of the sea of faces, Mystique moves with lethal grace and precision. Disguised as a security guard, she activates a hidden device concealed beneath her uniform, triggering a blinding flash of light and a deafening explosion that shatters the calm of the gathering. Panic erupts as chaos sweeps through the crowd, people screaming and scattering in all directions in a desperate bid for safety. Sabretooth, his senses honed to a razor's edge, emerges from the shadows with lethal intent. His muscles tense with anticipation as he charges toward Senator Kelly, his eyes fixed on the target with a predator's focus. Security forces react with swift precision, their weapons drawn and aimed at the hulking figure as he crashes through the panicked throng. Toad, agile and elusive, becomes the unseen puppeteer in the chaos that ensues. With calculated precision, he creates diversions and distractions, his tongue darting out to trip up pursuing officers and create openings for Mystique and Sabretooth to exploit. He moves with the fluid grace of a serpent, his movements guided by instinct and strategy amidst the tumult and confusion. As the seconds tick by, the X-Men watch in horror from their hidden vantage point. Professor Xavier's mind races as he searches for a way to avert disaster, to prevent the assassination from plunging their world into further chaos and despair. Cyclops, his jaw clenched with frustration, prepares to intervene if necessary, his hand hovering over the button that will signal their entrance into the fray. But before they can act, a shot rings out from the crowd. A lone gunman, driven by fear and hatred, fires a bullet aimed at Senator Kelly's heart. Time seems to slow as the deadly projectile hurtles toward its target, a harbinger of the tragic future yet to unfold. In a heartbeat, everything changes. The bullet strikes true, tearing through Senator Kelly's flesh and bringing him to the ground in a spray of blood. The crowd erupts into pandemonium, screams and shouts blending into a cacophony of chaos and despair. Mystique, Sabretooth, and Toad melt into the shadows, their mission accomplished with chilling efficiency. The X-Men watch in stunned silence as events unfold before them, their hearts heavy with the weight of their failure and the grim realization of the future that now looms before them. Professor Xavier's shoulders slump with the burden of their collective grief and guilt. Cyclops, his fists clenched with frustration, struggles to reconcile their mission with the devastating outcome. Jean Grey, her voice trembling with emotion, reaches out to comfort her teammates, reminding them that they fought bravely and did everything they could to prevent disaster. But deep down, she knows that their efforts were not enough to avert the tragedy that has reshaped their world. And so, amidst the wreckage of shattered dreams and broken promises, the X-Men stand united in their resolve. They vow to continue their fight for justice and equality, to honor the memory of those who have fallen in the line of duty. Theirs is a battle that will test their strength and resilience, a battle for the soul of a world on the brink of darkness. As they retreat into the shadows, the weight of their failure hangs heavy in the air. But amidst the despair, a flicker of hope remains, a determination to learn from their mistakes, to forge a path forward in the face of adversity. For the X-Men, the journey is far from over. The road ahead is fraught with uncertainty and danger, but they will not falter in their quest to build a better future for mutant kind and humanity alike. Each member of the team, from the most powerful to the most vulnerable, plays a crucial role in their mission to safeguard the future and ensure that hope endures in the face of despair. In the aftermath of Senator Robert Kelly's assassination, the world plunges deeper into chaos and despair. The tragic event becomes a catalyst for unprecedented fear and hatred, escalating tensions between mutants and humans to dangerous new heights. As news of the assassination spreads like wildfire across the globe, governments scramble to respond, enacting emergency measures and crackdowns on mutant populations. Amidst the turmoil, the X-Men find themselves at a pivotal moment in history. Professor Charles Xavier, the visionary founder of the X-Men, retreats into the depths of the Xavier Institute, his mind burdened by the weight of their recent failure. His telepathic abilities strain against the overwhelming emotions that grip society, fear, anger, and grief mingling with uncertainty about the future. Cyclops, the steadfast leader of the X-Men, shoulders the responsibility of guiding his team through the storm. His strategic mind races with plans and contingencies, seeking a path forward that will lead them towards redemption and safeguard both mutant kind and humanity alike. Jean Grey, her empathic powers heightened by the emotional turmoil, offers a steady voice of reason and compassion amidst the chaos that threatens to consume them all. As tensions escalate and the world teeters on the brink of societal collapse, a glimmer of hope emerges from an unexpected source. Kitty Pryde, her younger self communicating through the tenuous link forged by Rachel Summers, becomes their beacon of hope. Her words carry urgency and desperation, urging the X-Men to take decisive action to prevent the nightmarish future she has witnessed from becoming a reality. Driven by a renewed sense of purpose, the X-Men assemble their most skilled and powerful members for a daring mission. Storm, with her ability to command the forces of nature, assumes the role of field leader. Her strategic acumen and unwavering resolve guide them through treacherous terrain and unforeseen obstacles with the precision of a seasoned general. Wolverine, the indomitable warrior with an unbreakable spirit and adamantium claws, prepares himself for battle with lethal determination. His senses heightened and instincts honed by years of combat experience, he becomes the team's frontline warrior, cutting through enemy lines with ferocity and precision. Colossus, his armored form reflecting bullets and his superhuman strength unmatched, stands resolute as the team's shield against the relentless onslaught of Sentinel attacks. His unwavering loyalty and determination to protect his friends and fellow mutants fuel his every move as he fights with all his might. Nightcrawler, with his teleportation abilities and acrobatic prowess, becomes the team's scout and reconnaissance expert. Navigating through the shadows with silent precision, he gathers vital intelligence and provides essential support from the periphery of the battlefield. As the X-Men infiltrate the heart of the Sentinel stronghold, they encounter fierce resistance from the robotic guardians that patrol the corridors with unyielding efficiency. The Sentinels, towering behemoths of metal and circuitry armed with devastating weaponry, unleash a relentless barrage of firepower that tests the X-Men's resolve and pushes their abilities to the limit. In the heat of battle, alliances are forged and sacrifices made as the X-Men fight tooth and nail to gain ground against their formidable adversaries. Cyclops, his optic blasts cutting through the darkness like a beacon of hope, leads the charge with unwavering courage and tactical brilliance. Jean Grey, her telekinetic powers unleashed with devastating force, provides essential support and guidance from the rear lines. Meanwhile, back in the present day, the repercussions of their actions ripple through the fabric of time and space. As the X-Men struggle to alter the course of history and prevent the dystopian future from taking hold, the timeline remains in flux, its outcome uncertain and precarious. In a climactic showdown, the X-Men confront the mastermind behind the Sentinel program. Bolivar Trask, the brilliant scientist driven by a fervent belief in humanity's supremacy over mutants, stands defiant against the onslaught of mutant powers. His cold logic and unwavering determination to protect humanity at any cost make him a formidable adversary. But the X-Men, united in their determination to safeguard the future, refuse to back down. They unleash their powers with a fury born of desperation and hope, pushing themselves beyond their limits to achieve the seemingly impossible. Each member of the team, from the most powerful to the most vulnerable, plays a crucial role in the battle for the future. As the battle rages on, the tide begins to turn in favor of the X-Men. With strategic precision and unwavering teamwork, they systematically dismantle the Sentinel defenses, inching closer to their ultimate goal of disabling the Central Command Unit and neutralizing the threat once and for all. But victory comes at a cost. Lives are lost, sacrifices made, and wounds both physical and emotional run deep. The X-Men mourn their fallen comrades even as they celebrate their hard-won triumph against overwhelming odds. They stand as a testament to the power of unity and resilience in the face of adversity, a beacon of hope in a world gripped by fear and uncertainty. As they regroup and reflect on their journey, the X-Men know that their battle is far from over. The future remains uncertain, with new challenges and threats waiting on the horizon. But they draw strength from their shared resolve and the bonds of friendship and family that unite them in their quest for a better tomorrow. And so, as day turns to night and the battle for the future reaches its climax, the X-Men stand united in their mission to protect a world that fears and hates them. With courage in their hearts and hope as their guiding light, they prepare to face whatever challenges lie ahead, knowing that their journey is far from over and that the fight for justice and equality will continue as long as they draw breath. In the aftermath of their decisive battle against the Sentinels, the X-Men stand amidst the wreckage of the Sentinel stronghold, their hearts heavy with both sorrow and determination. The air is thick with the acrid scent of burning metal and ozone, a testament to the fierce conflict that has just transpired. Around them, the ruins of once imposing Sentinel towers lie scattered like broken monuments to a war fought and won. Professor Charles Xavier, the visionary leader and founder of the X-Men, surveys the scene with a mixture of relief and concern etched upon his features. His mind, attuned to the thoughts and emotions of his team, resonates with a profound sense of both triumph and loss. For every victory they have achieved, there are wounds to tend, both physical and emotional, reminders of the sacrifices made in the name of a better future. Cyclops, the steadfast and unwavering leader of the X-Men, stands at Professor Xavier's side, his gaze fixed upon the horizon with a determination that borders on stoicism. His mind races with thoughts of their fallen comrades and the price of their hard-won victory. Yet, his resolve remains unshaken, a beacon of strength and leadership for his team in their darkest hour. Wolverine, the grizzled and tenacious warrior with an unbreakable spirit, leans against a charred wall nearby, his senses keenly attuned to the slightest hint of danger. His adamantium claws, once deadly weapons now sheathed, serve as a silent testament to the ferocity with which he fought to protect his fellow mutants. Despite the weariness etched into every line of his face, there is a glint of satisfaction in his eyes, a rare moment of peace amidst the chaos of battle. Storm, the regal and powerful goddess of the elements, moves gracefully among her teammates, her voice a soothing presence amidst the lingering echoes of combat. Her empathic abilities allow her to sense the turmoil within each member of the team, offering comfort and solace where words alone would fail. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she tends to the wounded and offers words of encouragement to those who mourn. Colossus, the gentle giant with a heart of steel, stands vigil over fallen comrades with a solemnity that belies his youth. His metallic form, still bearing the scars of battle, serves as a silent testament to his unwavering dedication to the cause they have fought so hard to defend. Despite the weight of loss that hangs heavy upon his shoulders, there is a quiet determination in his eyes, a resolve to honor the sacrifices made by standing strong in the face of adversity. Nightcrawler, the acrobatic and jovial trickster, moves with an agility and grace that belies the gravity of their situation. His infectious laughter and irrepressible spirit serve as a beacon of hope amidst the somber aftermath of their battle. With a quick wit and a ready smile, he lightens the mood and lifts the spirits of his teammates, reminding them that even in their darkest hour, there is room for joy and camaraderie. Jean Grey, the compassionate and powerful telepath, stands at the center of their group, her presence a calming influence amidst the storm of emotions that swirl around them. Her telekinetic powers, once unleashed with devastating force against their enemies, now remain tightly controlled as she reaches out to offer comfort and support to her grieving teammates. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she offers solace to those who mourn and guidance to those who seek answers in the wake of their harrowing ordeal. As they gather together amidst the ruins of their battle, the X-Men find themselves at a crossroads. The dystopian future that Kitty Pryde warned them about still looms large in their minds, a stark reminder of the potential consequences of their actions. Yet, there is also a sense of hope and determination that burns bright within each of them, a belief that they can make a difference, that they can forge a better future for mutant kind and humanity alike. Professor Xavier, his voice steady and resolute, gathers his team around him to discuss their next course of action. His words are measured and thoughtful, his gaze sweeping across the faces of each member of the team as he outlines a plan to use their newfound knowledge to prevent the dark future from ever coming to pass. He speaks of sacrifice and redemption, of the responsibility they bear as guardians of a world that fears and misunderstands them. Cyclops, his jaw set with determination, pledges to lead the charge against injustice and tyranny wherever it may rear its head. His unwavering commitment to the ideals of peace and coexistence fuels his resolve to forge a path forward, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. With a steely gaze and a firm nod, he reaffirms his dedication to their cause, to protect those who cannot protect themselves and to fight for a world where mutants and humans can live in harmony. Wolverine, the battle-hardened veteran with a haunted past and an uncertain future, grunts his approval with a nod of his head. His loyalty to his comrades and his fierce sense of justice drive him to stand shoulder to shoulder with the X-Men, ready to confront whatever challenges lie ahead with claws bared and senses heightened. Despite the scars that mark his body and soul, there is a glimmer of hope in his eyes, a belief that their fight is far from over and that they have the strength to overcome any obstacle. Storm, the wise and compassionate goddess of the elements, offers her guidance and wisdom as they navigate the uncertain waters of the future. Her calm demeanor and unwavering faith in their mission inspire hope in those who look to her for leadership. Her words are soothing balm to heal the wounds of doubt and uncertainty. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she reminds her teammates that they are stronger together, that their unity and solidarity will carry them through even the darkest of times. Colossus, the steadfast and stalwart defender with a heart of steel, pledges his unwavering loyalty to the cause they have fought so hard to defend. His towering form, a symbol of strength and resilience, serves as a beacon of hope for his teammates as they prepare to face the challenges that lie ahead. With a solemn vow and a steady gaze, he reaffirms his commitment to honor the sacrifices made by standing strong in the face of adversity. Nightcrawler, the nimble and irrepressible trickster, injects a note of optimism into their solemn council. His infectious laughter and boundless enthusiasm remind them all of the bonds of friendship and family that unite them in their quest for a better tomorrow. With a quick wit and a ready smile, he lightens the mood and lifts the spirits of his teammates, reminding them that even in their darkest hour, there is room for joy and camaraderie. Jean Grey, the compassionate and powerful telepath, offers her quiet reassurance to her teammates as they prepare to face the challenges that lie ahead. Her soothing presence and empathic abilities provide comfort to those who grieve and guidance to those who seek answers in the midst of uncertainty. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she reminds them that they are not alone, that they are united in their mission to protect and defend a world that fears and misunderstands them. Together, the X-Men stand united in their determination to safeguard the future and protect those who cannot protect themselves. Their journey is far from over, their path fraught with obstacles and challenges that will test their strength and resilience to the limit. But they draw strength from their shared commitment to justice and equality, their bond as a team stronger than ever in the face of adversity. And so, as the sun sets on another day and the X-Men prepare to face whatever challenges lie ahead, they stand united in their determination to protect a world that fears and hates them. With their powers combined and their spirits undaunted, they vow to continue their fight for justice and equality, knowing that their journey is far from over and that the battle for the future has only just begun. In the aftermath of their harrowing battle against the Sentinels, the X-Men find themselves amidst the ruins of the dystopian future they had hoped to prevent. The air is heavy with the scent of burnt metal and ozone, a stark contrast to the lingering sense of victory that permeates their weary bodies. Professor Xavier, his brow furrowed with both relief and concern, gathers his team around him once more to take stock of their situation and contemplate the ramifications of their actions. The landscape around them is a testament to the devastation wrought by their conflict. Broken and twisted remnants of Sentinel machinery litter the ground, stark reminders of the relentless war against mutants that has ravaged the world. The once imposing fortress that housed the Sentinels now lies in ruins, its towering walls reduced to rubble by the combined efforts of the X-Men. The sky above, once choked with the smoke of battle, now clears slowly, revealing a canopy of stars that seem to offer a glimmer of hope amidst the darkness. Cyclops, the stalwart leader with a heart burdened by the weight of their losses, stands beside Professor Xavier, his gaze fixed on the horizon with a mix of determination and weariness. His mind races with thoughts of their fallen comrades and the difficult decisions that lie ahead. Yet, amidst the turmoil, there is a flicker of hope, a belief that their actions have set in motion a chain of events that may yet lead to a brighter future. Wolverine, the grizzled warrior with a past as dark and haunted as the world they now inhabit, prowls the perimeter with a vigilance born of years of survival instinct. His senses, sharpened by experience and enhanced by his mutant abilities, scan the shadows for any sign of danger. Though his adamantine claws remain sheathed, their presence is a constant reminder of the battles fought and the sacrifices made in the name of their cause. Storm, the serene goddess of the elements, moves gracefully among her teammates, her presence a calming influence amidst the lingering echoes of combat. Her empathic abilities allow her to sense the emotional turmoil within each member of the team, offering comfort and solace where words alone would fail. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she reassures them that their sacrifices have not been in vain, that they have given hope to a world on the brink of collapse. Colossus, the towering sentinel with a heart of steel, stands sentinel over their makeshift camp with a quiet determination. His metallic form, still bearing the scars of battle, serves as a symbol of strength and resilience in the face of adversity. With a solemn nod and a steadfast gaze, he reaffirms his commitment to their mission, to protect and defend a world that fears and misunderstands them. Nightcrawler, the nimble acrobat with a heart of gold, moves among his comrades with a lightness of spirit that belies the gravity of their situation. His infectious laughter and irrepressible optimism serve as a beacon of hope amidst the somber aftermath of their battle. With a quick wit and a ready smile, he lifts their spirits and lightens the burden of their heavy hearts, reminding them that even in their darkest hour, there is room for joy and camaraderie. Jean Grey, the compassionate telepath with a deep reservoir of inner strength, offers silent prayers for their fallen comrades and hope for those who remain. Her telekinetic powers, once unleashed with devastating force against their enemies, now remain tightly controlled as she reaches out to comfort and support her grieving teammates. With a gentle touch and a reassuring presence, she reminds them that they are not alone, that they are bound together by a shared purpose and a common goal. As they gather around a flickering campfire, the X-Men share stories of their past and dreams of their future. They speak of the battles they have fought and the sacrifices they have made, of the friendships forged in the heat of conflict and the bonds that have grown stronger with each passing day. They reflect on the lessons learned and the challenges that lie ahead, knowing that their journey is far from over and that the road ahead will be fraught with obstacles and trials. Yet, amidst the uncertainty and fear that grips the world around them, there is a glimmer of hope, a belief that they can make a difference, that they can build a future where mutants and humans can coexist in peace and harmony. They draw strength from their shared resolve and the knowledge that they are not alone in their struggle. As the night deepens and the stars twinkle overhead, the X-Men settle into an uneasy yet hopeful peace. They know that their journey is far from over and that the battle for the future has only just begun. But they face the challenges ahead with courage in their hearts and hope as their guiding light, knowing that together they can overcome any obstacle and forge a path to a better tomorrow for mutant kind and humanity alike. As dawn broke over the shattered remnants of the Sentinel stronghold, the X-Men found themselves amidst a landscape that bore the scars of their epic struggle. The air carried a mix of hope and trepidation, the weight of their recent victory tempered by the knowledge of the challenges that lay ahead. Professor Charles Xavier, his voice carrying the weight of both sorrow and resolve, gathered his team once more to reflect on their journey and to chart a course for the uncertain future. "My friends," Xavier began, his eye sweeping over the weary yet determined faces of his companions, "we have faced trials that tested our strength and resolve, and through it all, we have emerged stronger together. The victory over the Sentinels is not just a triumph for us, but a beacon of hope for all mutants who strive for a world where they can live without fear of persecution." Cyclops, standing tall with a mix of pride and solemnity, nodded in agreement. His mind was filled with memories of their fallen comrades, whose sacrifices had paved the way for this moment of potential renewal amidst the darkness. He knew that their fight was far from over, but their unity and determination would be their greatest assets in the days ahead. Wolverine, ever the vigilant sentinel with a past shrouded in shadows, prowled the outskirts of their camp with a watchful eye. His heightened senses, honed through years of survival and conflict, scanned the horizon for any sign of danger. Though his gruff exterior betrayed little emotion, he felt a sense of satisfaction knowing that their efforts had made a difference, that they had shifted the balance toward a brighter future. Storm, embodying the serenity of the element she controlled, moved gracefully among her teammates. Her presence was a soothing balm to their weary souls, her empathic ability sensing the lingering traces of fear and uncertainty within their minds. With a gentle touch and a reassuring smile, she offered comfort and reassurance, reminding them that they had chosen the right path, despite its challenges. Colossus, the steadfast guardian with a heart as unyielding as his metallic form, stood sentinel over their gathering. His imposing stature, marked by scars from their recent battles, spoke volumes of the resilience that had carried them through the darkest of times. He clasped Nightcrawler's shoulder in a gesture of solidarity, conveying his unwavering dedication to their cause and his belief in the bonds that united them as a team. Nightcrawler, the nimble acrobat with an infectious spirit, returned Colossus' gesture with a grateful smile. His optimism and humor, a welcome respite amidst the gravity of their situation, lifted their spirits and reminded them of the camaraderie that had sustained them through adversity. He knew that their journey was far from over, but he faced the challenges ahead with courage and resolve, buoyed by the support of his fellow X-Men. Jean Grey, the compassionate telepath with a quiet strength, stood at Xavier's side. Her telekinetic powers, once wielded in battle against their enemies, now remained poised and controlled as she offered silent prayers for their fallen comrades and hope for the future. Her presence provided a sense of calm amidst the turmoil, her unwavering faith in their mission a source of inspiration for her teammates. As they gathered around a makeshift table, the X-Men shared a simple meal of ration supplies and stories of their past battles. They spoke of the friendships forged in the heat of conflict and the bonds that had grown stronger with each passing day. They reflected on the sacrifices made and the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that their journey was far from over. Yet, amidst the uncertainty that gripped the world around them, there was a flicker of hope, a belief that they could make a difference, that they could forge a future where mutants and humans coexisted in peace and harmony. They drew strength from their shared resolve and the knowledge that they were not alone in their struggle. As the sun rose higher in the sky, casting a warm glow over the remnants of the Sentinel stronghold, the X-Men stood united in their determination to protect a world that feared and misunderstood them. With their powers combined and their spirits undaunted, they vowed to continue their fight for justice and equality, knowing that their journey was far from over and that the battle for the future had only just begun. Thank you for watching.